Welcome to Liberencia, where the gold chains of fate bind and guide gods and mortals alike. This is Extreme Advantage.
Previously on Extreme Advantage. The gaggle attends the dream vigil and hear the voices of past friends and loved ones. It's noticed that Scheme has multiple shadows. The gaggle investigates the fireworks atop the Lux Pavilion and meet Lysandra Noctra, who offers Lauren a deal to free him of his debts from Red Gold at the cost of his freedom. Lauren refuses her deal, and the gaggle arrives in Peak City.
Hey guys, welcome back. We missed you. It's been a good time without you, but it's a better time with you. Question of the week this week is, what is your character's most treasured memory? From Tag.
Thank you, Tag. Classic question. Scheme's most fond memory would probably be the time that he first noticed that he could get the compass that he's been holding on to this whole time, not that other compass, to start working. A lot of his old family, his old community was very into these artifacts, so the fact that they finally had one that may lead to something was very momentous for him and the family that loved him very much.
Yeah, it was very momentous to finally get Scheme to leave.
That's not what happened. My character.
That's their favorite memory. That's their favorite
They loved him very much.
Yeah. Please leave.
The family was very sad for him to leave.
The family's favorite memory was when they found the compass. We're
That's
like,
not-
you know
no,
what we
no,
could
no.
use this for?
Hey,
This is how we get
him out. This is it.
The second fondest memory was him actually leaving.
Third fondest, his footsteps disappearing in the sand.
Finally, all traces gone.
Quick, pack up camp.
Let's relocate.
This isn't true. Slander.
According to your knowledge.
That too is my favorite memory.
You weren't there.
Little do you realize.
Guys, let's stop bullying Scheme. He may wild magic us to death.
Oops, I accidentally threw more tiny meteors at you.
Might happen anyway.
Yeah, honestly.
Now I just have some motivation.
Fair point.
Rorik's favorite memory or most treasured memory is probably when he met his mentor and learned a bit more about the giants that were there on Liberencia. He started discovering or started going down a rabbit hole of
Is that because he's really small?
True, yes.
He can fit inside
He
a
was
rabbit
he
hole.
was a gnome archaeologist by background, and because of that, he could
He
find,
literally goes down that.
yeah, no, like he could
Somebody
find
made this one for
things
me.
in like crevices of the mountains that people couldn't fit into.
Rabbit turd.
Some sort of
Wow.
gem. An archaeological.
It was a radish.
Ah, yes, this rock seems to be made of rock.
Nobody's ever found this one before.
I am probably the first person to ever touch this rock.
And then there's like
Rorik
an
would do
initial
that.
on it. Like
Turns it over.
Strange.
There's
some
an
strange
S.
Hieroglyph on it.
It just says
was
Dave.
here. Was spelled W-U-Z.
Was it just says call for some fun. No, but his favorite memory is probably when he met his mentor and stumbled upon the beginnings of a trail of history that has essentially been lost to everybody. He was just so excited, and in pursuing that, found the means to protect those that he hopes to encounter again.
Lauren's most cherished memory, I feel like I almost have to say when he got married, but then I also have to say when he had his child.
For the sake of fun podcast stuff, outside of Lauren's
Yeah,
family,
outside of
his
that,
family, the thing
That's
that you
like
have to say.
the
Outside of the
generic
script,
you
it-
have to go to.
Right.
It's not in the script. I'm sorry.
Because you know your wife is going to go back and
the
listen to this.
obligatory.
Lauren's
Yeah.
wife is going to go back and listen to this episode, and she's going to give him so much crap.
if I
for-
don't
yeah, if you
say
don't.
that. No, but probably his most cherished memory, like outside of that, is when he made his first working automaton. You know, because it's the pinnacle and the highest point in his life, you know, with regards to his research and his trade. And then everything, you know, went up from there because, yeah. So that's probably like the biggest thing that he remembers most fondly.
Second favorite memory will be when he finally gets Rogi pinned down.
Pinned down. I'll just get sucked into his
Ayo.
back.
oh,
Oh,
Gross.
some interesting
it's all
turns.
slimy in there.
A little oily.
Oh.
The indent gets a little deeper for every soul it consumes.
Yeah, every soul it consumes. Eventually, he'll just have like a gap in his body.
Oh.
Ugh.
all
Gross.
torso.
It's just neck, legs.
There's probably some D&D campaign out there
New-
that takes place in the void.
New theory: Rico is just a separate part of.
It's the
He's
chiseled out part of
he's
his
the
back.
part that Rogie lost.
Yeah.
He's Professor Quill and Voldemort.
No, it's Quirrell.
Quirrell.
He's the Voldemort to Rogie's Quirrell.
So Rogie takes off some like bandages and he turns around and it's just
it's just Rico.
Rico, he goes, "My lord."
and then he forgot to put him back on, so Rico just popped out and ran away.
This is not
My
canon.
liege.
This isn't lore. I don't
Yeah,
think he actually came from Rogie's
This,
back.
this is he is greasy, but it's not.
It's not body grease.
It's not body grease. Well, it's not his. Yeah, not
it's
his body grease.
Wait, no, but it is
Wait,
his body
No,
grease.
it's not Rogie's body grease. It's Rico's
Why are
body.
you saying body grease?
Ethan, it's your turn to
There's multiple
talk.
kinds of
I
grease.
like where this is going.
It's multiple
please.
kinds of grease. There's there's
Next,
There's
or I will
oil.
retch.
there's elbow grease.
Okay, next.
Okay.
There's body grease.
Next.
Just a bit dusty.
There's Grease the movie.
Please, Ethan.
So Corliss's favorite memory is when he had his son and became
Stop
a
it.
dad.
brother.
Stop it.
Oh my gosh.
Stop it. You don't have a child.
Not that you know.
You're a
of,
lie.
punk.
Dad?
No, Corliss's
you?
favorite memory has got to be joining the Dragon's Cavalry, but not just getting picked off the street and no longer being an orphan.
What?
But also,
Be gone.
He finally
Get
got
out.
a family.
yeah, like actually having that is part of it. Is like actually having family. Like his fondest memory, kind of similar to if you want to think about it like this, like Harry Potter, not Order of the Phoenix. What is that? The Prisoner of Azkaban.
Where
He's
he
able
meets
to
Sirius.
conjure a Patronus
Oh, right.
by thinking about his parents.
Right.
Just smiling, just being happy to being with them. And Corliss kind of had the same experience, same feeling when he finished like his very first training. It was a rough day of training. Goes around into the tent with the Dragon's Cavalry members and they're all having their food and realizing that he was one of them. Realizing that he had people and that he was a part of something. He was just a little kid and he's never been part of something before.
So, I've got a question now for you.
What?
General Deck was essentially your father figure. Deck Alik. All of the other Dragon's cavalrymen were your siblings. Who was your mom?
Probably the queen. She picked me up
queen?
off the street. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Warrior Queen. Queen. What's her name? again?
Eris.
There you go. Thank you.
Really.
Yeah, no, my mom.
Close
I just
relationship.
know her
Yeah.
as mom.
Super appreciate her and everything she's done.
was-
for
what
me.
was her name
Moms
again?
don't have names.
Mom.
Name
Kinda
is
like-
mom.
Same with the goddess.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
What's her name?
Celine.
Oh, yeah, Celine Dion. That's right.
Celine Dion. I don't
please sponsor
think
us.
That's right.
No, don't.
No,
don't.
Pitbull first.
Yeah, Pitbull,
first.
then
Yeah.
Celine Dion,
Actually, you guys
and
can
then
just-
Chip Skylark from
You
Timmy
guys can
Turner.
just, which is really Chris Kirkpatrick from the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC. One of the two.
No.
So, like,
I
all
want
three of
just
you-
Chris,
Well, I want him to come as Chip Skylark
just
and
Chip
sponsor
Skylark.
us.
I want him to be animated and
Pitbull
everything.
first.
If there's some organization,
yeah, get
if
in
there's
line.
some organization
Pitbull,
or
you're
figure
first.
that has bull in the name, please sponsor us.
Red Bull,
Tupperware
Pit Bull,
No, bull like BULL.
Professional Bullfighters
James,
League.
what would you say your favorite memory as the DM has been?
Oh, dude.
in this campaign?
in
No,
this
no, no,
this-
go-
campaign?
let's say any.
in any campaign?
Any campaign.
Any
Okay, any
campaign.
campaign you've
I'm
ever
restricting
DM'd.
you. Only campaigns with us.
Only with you guys?
No, it
specifically?
can be
Right,
just
you
any memory
judge
from
you
any
if it's not
campaign,
with
your
us.
favorite.
No, shut up.
Any campaign ever. It would have been one of my first. No, it would have been my first campaign very early on. I had this whole heist planned. We were gonna break into the Elven Queen's palace and stuff like that. And whole heist where they were gonna have to collect individuals. I was only DMing for 2 people at the time, and suddenly we had 2 new players at the
Oh, no.
table. And I was like, well, I'm throwing out all these NPCs I had planned, and we just have 4 people. We're gonna do this heist, 100% improv, and it was one of the funniest like sessions we've ever done, and that is like a core memory for me.
You SOB,
I love
I'm in.
it.
That's great.
That's a very tender
Yeah.
memory, James.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing it. I will say I hate describing fantasy stuff Because the term, the phrase, we have to break into the Elven Queen's castle sounds so bad.
Yeah.
Use my
It's so-
magic bullets to break the lock.
Yeah, I was like, now I'm going to channel my mana and conjure the elements.
Says the guy who has to use sorcery points.
Yeah, no, it's the
Yeah.
whole thing. Everything is
Yeah.
awful. You have
It's
to say awful
horrible.
things. Everybody has to say awful things. I hate describing
Just
fantasy
innately awful.
Anyways, with that, let's jump on into it. You guys find yourselves in Peak City. To kind of re-describe it, it has a very cool, winterish feel to it. Lots of wood and iron buildings around you. Once again, it's built around the peak of a mountain, so it's very, very steep. Almost anywhere you go, you feel like you're going uphill or downhill, with very few flat areas throughout the entire city. There's the occasional cliff face where maybe a church is built and stuff like that, but it is a very physically arduous place to traverse. You find yourself in one of the few flatter areas where they have a nice central teleportation circle, where once again, almost anywhere throughout the city, you can see the marble white palace on the peak of the city.
Gondor.
Almost. No, that's copyrighted.
Oh.
Stop it. I think when we last left off, we had used the compass and it was pointing towards the.
Oh,
I was pointing towards the
castle.
palace.
The palace.
Because it's got that, you can see it from everywhere.
Yeah.
So let's go to the palace.
Yeah.
Okay. Has anybody been to Peak City before?
I
Do we know,
I've
can we
been
just
here.
walk in?
I've-
Is it like by appointment?
No.
So you
Might as
you
well
know
try.
this for sure. The
Yeah.
palace gardens are open to the public.
palace itself is
Yeah, they limit the amount of people that can be there at a time to keep the gardens kind of clean and quiet, but you can always enter into the palace gardens and kind of take a walk through some of the nature things there, but getting into the palace itself, very difficult.
Okay.
Right.
So I say we get as close as we can. Just do some light reconnaissance. See if we can't find something that just that makes sense. That flows.
Maybe we'll get there and there will be a flicker and it'll break down to the wall and then we'll go in.
Oh no.
Easy.
Oh no, flicker.
We're here to save it.
We'll let it attack and we can just go in. I think the best option is probably we get there and see if the compass points in anywhere specific in the palace.
We just need to be discreet, so it's not just like,
Yes.
this group of four
Yes.
people are just clearly casing the area.
Yes.
No,
Indeed.
we're on a scavenger hunt. This is our compass scavenger hunt, and the next piece is at the
Somewhere.
palace.
It's in the
Four
palace.
grown men and a child approach the palace. We're on a scavenger hunt, we
Scavenger hunt.
swear.
We're just
we're
just a
literal
very
scavenger hunt.
very
We are
broken
literally on a
family.
scavenger hunt.
We're a very broken family. It's the nuclear family.
Don't you talk to me and my 4 dads.
Exactly.
Can we say we've
My
been?
Meanwhile,
four
there's
dads.
still
Talking.
Yulians.
Oh
yeah, no, this
my-
is all on the way
and
to
my 4
the
dads
palace.
and
I
Julian.
assume.
There's,
And Julian.
there's Rico, his 4 dads, and his weird uncle.
So as you guys start setting off towards the palace gardens, Yuliant is going to stop everybody and say, listen, I'm back home. This is where I'm from. I need to see if I can find any family members. I don't know who's alive or who isn't. This is where we say goodbye.
Julia, where's your place though? Maybe it's not where we say goodbye.
I actually live not too far from the Sky University,
Okay, in which direction of the Sky University?
just south of it.
Okay, now we know.
Yeah.
We'll try to find you. If our paths would cross again, that would be amazing.
Quick question, Julian. You've been here for a while. Do you happen to have any connections that can help us get into the palace?
My sister used to work as one of the clerks there, but I have to see if she's even still around.
Would it be all right if we met up sometime in the next day or so?
Yeah, that's fine by me.
Okay, cool.
Here, Julian, take this, and I just give him one of my cards so he can
All right, thank you.
contact. Just let us know once you find
He
out.
kind of
please.
like uses it as a bookmark in his notebook, and he says, "It's been both rough and good. We've had our ups and downs. I won't miss you, but I will.
That
I'm not
makes-
sure how I feel about you guys.
It makes perfect sense.
Scheme starts quietly sobbing.
I approach him and I hug him.
He kind of like has his arms out for a moment, but give it a couple seconds and he embraces you
I
back.
thought so. But I will say to him, like, because it really had Ethan speaking, not Corliss speaking. Yeah, he's been through the
He's-
ringer.
Dude, he has had the run of it. That's for sure.
But Corliss and how dysfunctional we all are, Corliss is like really embracing him, like my brother.
Good on you.
He's gonna be.
Yeah.
He's all grown up.
My
Brother,
little boy.
son,
My
grown
little boy,
man.
he's on his way.
Guy.
That's my son. That's my son. Do we reference that every episode?
Every episode.
It has to be. It has
Just a
to be
bit
referenced.
dusty. So anyway, and then I pat him on the back and I say, "Be good and do good unto others."
I will. I'm gonna publish all my stories from the Emerald Plains, and I'll try to include you guys.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
See ya. And he kind of heads off in the opposite direction.
There goes my hero.
A bus comes by and hits him.
Yep.
Okay, you guys start heading uphill towards the palace. The first little bit is perfectly fine, but once you've been walking uphill for like your 40th minute, it's kind of tiring. I'm not going to have you roll constitution saves or anything like that. I'm just trying to emphasize that this is a steep place and it's not easy to just simply traverse. And it's one of the reasons why it's difficult to lay siege on this place, because it is just all uphill.
Is there-
Non-stop.
It's all uphill from here, gentlemen.
Is there a trolley system?
There is.
Ah,
We've been walking this whole time.
Just the bus just drives right past us.
An hour.
Man,
Yep.
there's no way up except for walking.
Yeah. There is a trolley system, but it's not very renowned yet. So there's only a few of them. So you'd have to go out of your way to locate
I'm
one.
kind of imagining this place like, what was the place from Avatar?
San Francisco.
No.
no, Bossing Say.
No,
No.
not
King-
Omashu.
King
Omashu.
Boomies.
Yeah,
King
Omashu.
Boomies,
I'm
yeah,
kind of imagining
Omashu.
Omashu if it was on a mountain.
Very much so, yes.
Okay,
Omashu
okay.
is just a mountain.
What did I say?
Well,
sounds like
You
sounds
said
like
it's
exactly
like,
right.
It's like Omashu, but if it were on a mountain, is what you said.
I'm just
so as if it was the thing that it was.
I'm just imagining all the streets are like San Francisco. Just like super uphill, and there's trolleys going by.
What is San Francisco?
divides their people.
It's something I
forgot the
dreamt
rest,
of.
but-
Hey, look, we're here.
It's a dream.
As you guys keep heading upwards, you do eventually come to the Grand Gates. They are gold and silver bars that are barring anyone. In order to get to the Palace Gardens, it is a separate entrance that you're going to have to head kind of around the palace a little bit. It is still less uphill, but because you're walking kind of sideways, you always have like one leg higher than the other.
Ugh,
It's just, it's a pain.
that walking is so bad.
I start
I
flying.
hate that.
You just, I'm not doing this.
I don't want to deal with this.
I'm just gonna throw a rope around his leg and levitate.
No, get
just
off.
let
and I
you carry
shake
me
it off.
off.
I'm not carrying your 100 pounds.
Way heavier than 100 pounds.
I'm not carrying your 200 pounds.
All right, better.
As you come wrapping around, you do see a very small line of people waiting at the base of some pretty grandiose steps. You see the familiar gold and silver bars that are kind of going around the palace, but right here there's a smaller gate than the main grand gate with a couple of automaton individuals standing guard. It looks like they're kind of like gearing who's inside the gardens right now and letting people in as people leave.
I experienced this at Home Depot during COVID.
I experienced this as Hot Topic during
Yeah.
COVID.
Do I recognize them as mine?
Yes, you do. It is very clearly your make.
Mm.
If you want, take a moment to describe your Clockwork Men.
Think like your traditional like butler, right? Just like a vest, white shirt, like super well groomed, and like they obviously all have mustaches because I think mustaches are awesome. And then obviously they don't wear clothes, but they're like, I guess you'd call it like the paneling is all designed to look like clothing. But they have, you know, certain parts where you can see inside, and there's all the gears and the mechanisms and like your traditional, I guess you would call it like steampunk automaton.
Very bronze in color.
Yeah.
Are the
Now I'm-
arms more spindly, or do they look
No,
like
no,
they've
no.
got gears and
They're
stuff
very
on them?
humanoid. Like like look at me. It's like my character, but without skin, essentially.
Now I'm imagining the bad guy from Robots, but with more clocky gears.
I mean,
Upgrades,
that's
people,
yeah,
upgrades.
that's kind of similar. But yeah, it's basically just like, you know, a robot butler. If you like imagine robot butler,
My
that's
robot looks just like a
probably-
robot.
Yeah, that's
Amazing.
probably what it is. I mean,
So do you guys want to get in line?
Sure.
Oh, I don't acknowledge the line. I realize that my guy's actually not very smart.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So I'm gonna just walk to the front.
I can work with this.
Yeah.
No. Corliss, over here.
What?
Over here, right here in this line. We're gonna stand behind these people, and we're gonna wait for these people to move forward.
Why?
Corliss,
And then we're gonna move forward.
There's a queue to get in.
What's a Q?
It's the letter after.
There's a line. There's a line to get in.
O. P.
No.
Q, P.
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 Very good scheme.
You confused me for a second. I started doing the alphabet too.
I whip out a pool cue, and I'm like, "What does this have to do with
Where
it?"
did you
is
pull that
that?
out from?
Don't worry
Where's that
about
been
it.
this whole time?
Like,
Is that retractable?
I hold and open
It's
my
not.
cloak, and there's just like a whole bunch of pool cues.
You want to buy a
He's been waiting for this joke for years.
They're all different colors.
Anyways, is the line moving?
I got this one from the underneath or whatever. The
Okay,
upside down.
that's
The
that's
Underdark?
great. That's great. Okay.
Okay. So the line is moving pretty consistently. It looks like there's
Wonderful.
a pretty steady outflow of individuals. As you guys finally make it up, the Clockwork Man stops you, hand outstretched, and it says 1 silver piece per attendant.
Hey, wise guy.
What, you want a cue? You want a sundial? And I
wanna
whip
pay a
out-
sundial?
Sure, I'll take a cue if I can sell it for
You want
a
to buy
silver
some
piece or
death
more.
sticks?
I break it in half, and I'm like, I think this will do. We
Nope, that's-
hand
nope,
it over. Oh,
nope.
okay. That doesn't
Nope.
work.
So
All right.
real
Why did you
quick,
just become an idiot all of a sudden? You were like totally
Yeah.
fine before.
I'm really getting into my character. My
That-
-1 intelligence.
That
I
ain't
hand
a
him
little
gold
too
piece.
much.
That
Little too
teleportation
well.
really did a number on
Just
him.
Yeah.
scrambled his
Scrambled his
brain.
I
brain.
hand him a gold piece for me and scheme.
okay.
Nice.
So gold pieces, 1 gold piece is going to cover everybody.
But I'm only doing it for scheme and I.
Okay.
Well, it's because we're homies.
It,
He's
10,
not that
10
he's not
silver
that smart.
pieces goes into a gold
that
piece.
that will cover
He's not that
all of
smart.
us.
all of you. Yes.
Change-
What
please.
what happened? What just you were like so normal before?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
And then I pay for everybody.
Yeah. The Clockwork Man gives you 6 silver pieces back.
Doesn't make
Real
sense
quick,
to me, but okay.
Lauren, as a pretty familiar with Peak City, this is the first time they've ever charged anyone to view the palace gardens.
Yeah.
This has never happened before. It's always like there's always been someone there to maintain the inflow and outflow, so it is always a quiet and peaceful place. But this is the first time any payments have been made. It's always supposed to have been a place where people can come and enjoy the beauty of the palace and the gardens. Silver piece isn't crazy expensive, but for a lot of the people in Peak City, that is a decent amount of money.
It's because there's gonna be a rave later on.
Yeah. I relay that information to everyone and just, gents, this is, I've never had to pay to go into the palace gardens before.
Me neither.
This
Privileged.
is very, no, this is very unusual that they're charging.
You know how strange also, I just paid a clock guy. Like, that guy's not even real. He just took my money.
You're right. I made that.
I'm going to go take my money back.
I don't think
We're going
that's
to
not
liberate Peak City.
not a
Let's
good
figure
idea.
out where the stone is first.
That's
please.
not a good idea.
You're right. Okay,
Let's stay on
go.
task. Stay on task.
You're right.
As we enter the garden, I'm also going to be paying attention to what the compass is saying.
Okay. As you guys enter into the garden, you're greeted to a lot of beautiful hedges and different flowers. You get the very smell of garden, where you have the earthy scent, but also the very floral scent of all the different flowers.
Dirt.
Very much so. There are benches and fountains all over the place. Places to sit and just to enjoy the beauty, take some time, and just kind of be in nature. Peak City is very city-esque, so this is a nice break from it.
Does anything look different from what I remember?
Give me a history check.
That would be a 19.
As you kind of examine everything, it doesn't look like they've overhauled much. It
Mhm.
looks like they've updated the benches, maybe swapped
Okay.
out a fountain here or two, just kind of keeping things
But
clean and
nothing
up to
looks
date.
like out of place or like...
Exactly.
Okay.
It is very much still the palace gardens as you know it, just a little bit cleaner and more up to date.
Okay.
As you kind of keep an eye on the compass as you walk through the gardens, it's very difficult because the palace gardens are very big. They encompass almost the entirety of the west side of the palace. So it's a good chunk of ground that you can just kind of get through the palace. As you kind of walk around it, you can get the gist that maybe it's in the center-ish of the palace, like it's not pointing to like one side or the other.
But it's clear that it's not on the other side of the palace. It's in the palace as we circle it.
Exactly.
Okay. Doesn't make it much easier, but that's still
No,
useful.
so clearly we need to get in the palace.
What if
somehow.
we just like try to go in?
We can try. I haven't been here for years, so I don't know.
Before we do
The
something
difference.
that may get us kicked out, let's see if we can't use some intrigue to some social leveraging to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, I don't mean like break in. I mean just like what if we just like walked up and just like talked to them?
Yeah.
You're suggesting that we act like we're supposed to be in there.
No.
No, just ask how we can get in.
Hi, I would like to
Yes.
visit the palace.
Yeah.
It's so crazy, it just might work.
I'm gonna just find like the nearest entrance to the palace and just walk up to one of the guards.
You guys can just retrace your steps. You've already seen the grand gates to the
Mhm.
palace. That's where I first introduced you, and then you walked over to where the guards
Yeah.
were.
So I'm gonna walk back to the grand gates and just walk up to the guard and say, "Excuse me, sir."
As you walk up to the gates, it takes you a few moments to grab any guard's attention. It looks like they have some pretty intricate guard houses on either side of the gates on the opposite side. No one's on your side of the gate. So it takes you a while to actually get their attention. But a pretty large man in some obsidian black armor with silver lining approaches you. He kind of looks you down and he has like the powerful gray mustache of an older guy.
It's like Sam Elliott in armor.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
He
That's
looks you
awesome.
down and he says, "What can I do for you?"
I'm just wondering. I originally am. My business has grown in Peak City, and I had to travel to Heroes Hold and Journey's End for a number of years. When I was here last, I was able to enter the palace with ease. I'm wondering, has that changed? What's the protocol for entering the palace?
Appointment.
Right. And who would I make that appointment with?
Numerous individuals, people who have connections inside the palace. Obviously, if there's a meeting with the king or someone else within it, there's ways.
Right. Right.
If you're asking me to simply tell you how to get into the palace, I'm not going to provide you with that information.
Naturally. What about how would the manufacturer of the Clockwork Men get into the palace?
I'm unaware.
Okay.
Are we there too?
Thank you.
I'm
I don't
assuming
know.
everybody's
I assume
there.
You
Okay.
all walked up.
Lauren, do you happen to remember the individual that you spoke to directly when you were providing the palace with these clockwork?
I mean, I assume I would have had some liaison, or did I deal with the Emperor directly?
Your main contact that you used to rely on was Octavius Vale. He was one of the chief advisors to the Emperor and was also the chief of operations.
I turn to the guard and say, "Sir, might Octavius Vale be available for contact?"
I don't know his personal schedule.
But he is still a liaison within the palace.
He's the liaison.
Correct.
The
Okay.
only liaison.
Okay. I just wasn't sure if any others had joined. Do
How would
Do
we
you-
get in contact
Yeah.
with Octavius?
you know how I might contact him?
Not off the top of my head. I'm a chief of security.
Of course. Do you know who I could talk to that would be outside the palace that would know how to get in contact?
I might have some names for you.
Sure.
Let me gather them real quick.
Of course.
He goes back into the guard's office and he comes back to you with a list of individuals. It looks like there's a kind of like a public outreach that the palace is trying to do, kind of gather citizens' opinions, issues that are happening, et cetera, et cetera.
Peak City Reddit.
Yeah.
Seriously.
R// Am I the bugbear?
It's r/peak problems, okay?
Problems.
I need like a Minecraft video to go along with this.
Hey guys, welcome back to the top of the mountain.
Oh, jeez.
But he gives you an address to this location.
Thank you, sir.
Swell.
Our first order of business should be to at least work our way down this list.
We have to get in touch with somebody who can get us in touch with somebody who can get us inside the building.
Such is the life of a politician.
Why don't we just?
Bureaucracy.
Yes.
Why don't
You guys
we
are
just?
basically trying to get into the White House.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it shouldn't
We
be
are.
that difficult.
Why don't we just write a letter or something? Have like one of the guardsmen deliver it to his office.
He's the head of security.
Well,
He should be able to do that.
If there are, yeah, exactly. Like if there are people that are,
I don't think he will do that.
yeah.
I
it's
mean, imagine me going up to the White House and being like, give this letter to the
like
president.
going to the head.
To the president, you're trying to get
Yeah.
him to like the head of public relations.
Well, no, it would be like going
The
up to the
HR
White House
rep
and
of
giving
the-
it to like the head like Secret Service guy that's on the grounds and be like, "Hey, give this to the president."
Well, look at it first. Maybe it's
Give me his
cool.
email.
The reason I say that is because their first inclination is going to be, okay, why am I getting this letter? Is it enchanted? Does it have a magic curse on it? Does it have a spell? Like
Is it a bomb?
they're gonna nitpick it,
piece of
and
paper.
then that will just take longer than contacting someone who can get in contact with
Maybe.
Mr. Vale.
The TSA have confiscated words.
Well, my understanding, based off of what Lauren has revealed to us, is that he was like the person who has established good relations with and provided all of the Clockwork Men in this palace. Obviously, there was some sort of trust with him between the palace and him. If he can deliver a message or like a business card or something saying, "Hey, I'm back," would there not be some sway? Because he's already established a good relationship with them.
The issue is this guy, the head security guy, has no idea who I am. So we need to find someone who does know of me or know about me or whatever.
I mean, you
and
haven't
then
dropped your
we
name
can-
yet. You haven't dropped your name yet to this guy, so
Well, I said
you don't
I'm
know
the-
if he doesn't know you.
No, I told him I'm the manufacturer of the Clockwork Men.
You didn't say that directly.
Red tape and bureaucracy
did.
is my new
No, you
arch
said
nemesis.
how might somebody,
Corliss,
for
we're going
example,
to tear down the structures that is this society.
I'm in. Me and my negative one intelligence.
regardless,
Me,
I think-
a +1 charisma, and my -1 intelligence bodyguard.
gosh, what a pair. Couple of rubes.
You want us? Come and get us. And then we
All right.
charged them.
Well, gentlemen, I'm going to go talk to someone on this list, and I just start walking off.
So, Ethan speaking again. Do we want to go bureaucratic or do we want to go heist?
I don't think we should heist.
We could Skyrim imprison ourselves, commit some crimes, get arrested, and then break out of the dungeons.
some barn crimes.
Let's hold on
barn
before
crimes.
we commit barn crimes. Let's try maybe we give
Is there a trigonometry baby around, perhaps?
Let's figure out the dark
To find the
rancid
dark rancid secrets of triangles.
in the palace.
They're
We're
not
losing it.
round.
Yeah, let's infiltrate this palace barn, and then we can try and figure out.
Doctor, these
I'm gonna start-
the vitals of this plot are dropping by the second. Let's spend 5 minutes doing the bureaucracy route. If that seems lame and dumb, we
Okay.
then do something a bit more exciting.
In all seriousness, what you gentlemen need to understand is this is how. Have we talked about like who has actually been to Peak City aside from me?
I asked and nobody said anything.
Okay, so I'm the
you-
only
I'm
one
convinced
who's
that
been
you
here.
haven't been here either.
So, gentlemen, what you need to understand is Peak City is the pinnacle of security and stability within the entire continent of Liberencia.
What you need to understand, Lauren, is the wall is ruined, and I am security of the continent, and the Emerald Plains are coming in, and I need Stone and Palace
Yes.
now.
I understand. I do understand
You know,
that.
the desert was missing a lot of the niceties
Both.
that I'm enjoying here. But
Would you
something
really-
that was kind of baller was the fact that if I ever needed to talk to the president of the desert, I walked over to him and I said, "Hey, how's it going?"
And I just
President of the desert.
I just
He just
shake.
had more sand.
I
I
just-
hope you know the emperor is the president
the
of the
president
desert.
of the desert.
Look, I'm just saying, I had my clan in the desert, and if I needed to talk to anybody, I went over and I talked to that person.
It was
This
actually
sucks.
just one of his shadows.
Can I like sick my shadow on
This
him?
is getting so out of hand.
I'm gonna bend over to my shadow. I'm gonna say, "Get him,
Get him.
are
And it
you
just
bending
stays
over?
there.
go get him."
Doesn't do anything.
Let's let Lauren finish his thought.
So this is the pinnacle of security. So were we to try and heist or get ourselves arrested, likely they wouldn't keep us in a dungeon near the palace. They wouldn't keep us in the palace dungeon unless, you know, any other prison was full. They'd probably send us to
So
Journey's End.
no, it's
Lanion's Rest.
Lanion's Rest. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. They'd send us to Lanion's Rest, or they'd find a prison for us within the city. I mean, we have to be careful. That's essentially what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, fiddlesticks.
Fiddles. Sorry, that was really funny. That was funny for Scheme to say. Yeah, I've just at this point I've started walking to wherever I know that one of these people would be.
Anybody else have any ideas that they want to explore?
I'm in a foreign land, surrounded by unfamiliar faces. I'm going to the bar.
to the floor.
I mean,
right.
we do need to find lodging.
You have a mansion at your disposal.
have a place
We need to find an inn or something to.
I teleport to the mansion.
Okay, remember.
We're splitting
No,
up.
no, that's why I'm doing it. I'm doing it now. I'm not doing it.
Okay. Okay, so you guys just gonna head to one of these addresses?
How far would it be away?
The first address on the list is actually not terribly far. It's gonna take you about an hour to get there, but compared to the other ones, way closer. Way closer. It looks like there's basically stations for each of these addresses throughout the city based off of different districts. And this is the current district that you're in. So it takes you a bit of time to kind of weave through some of these alleyways. You do pass one of the trolleys that goes down one of the big main roads. But as you finally arrive to it, you realize that it's basically like a city hall area.
Bureaucrats. All right.
I hate beards and cats.
Yes. Same.
Next, they're gonna give us a list of names we have to talk to this person, to talk to that person, to get into the building.
Oh, it's a nightmare. I'm gonna walk in and just.
Okay, you guys walk in. It's a
Yeah,
pretty
see what
small
happens.
building compared to the other ones. It's only 1 story tall. As you first walk in, you realize that it's mostly a meeting area. There's rows and rows of chairs on your left, rows and rows of chairs on your right, and there are some rooms on the outskirts of this main room, but it looks like there's just a panel of individuals all listening to somebody kind of giving their thoughts on stuff. There's a few individuals seated and one person standing at the moment as they continue to cry out, "The dingus and bingus outbreaks are getting out of hand! The first ever verbally transmitted disease, and we need to stop it! And no one is doing anything about it!"
I'll do something about it, and I draw my sword.
Oh no!
Corliss, don't talk to them.
You have my word. I will save you from Bingus.
Corliss,
wait,
do
wait,
not talk to them. Bingus is a verbally transmitted disease.
It's the first verbally transmitted disease. We need to not speak to them
You
about
just
this.
said it again. It's happening.
Everybody has bingus!
Oh, it's contagious.
Oh my gosh. Where was ground zero for Bingus, my people?
Do you actually...
I address them.
You fool. You've doomed yourself.
Doomed us all.
The person turns around and you see that they have like this growth above their left eye, and
my
it's just like hanging down over it, and they're just like, "Dingus and bingus are the first ever verbally transmitted diseases. Do you have a cure? There is no cure."
Cover my ears. I can't hear you. No.
The great Donald Teus did have once a cure, but it was down in the South District, where he only paid hundreds and hundreds of gold pieces and still wasn't relieved of his issues.
Hundreds and hundreds of gold, you say? I have removed my hands from my head.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you.
Oh,
that's it. That's okay.
this guy's so confused. One of the individuals at the panel kind of like looks up and he says, "Sir, please do not interrupt."
Yeah, don't interrupt.
Rorik turns to Lauren. Do you have any history in like medicines, or did you study medicines at all?
No, I'm a craftsman. Medicine is not something I know.
I can cure Bingus.
Do any of you have medical backgrounds
Yes,
in any way?
I do.
Anyways. Bingus. So you have medical knowledge?
I have the cure to Bingus.
Do you?
Yes, but I will tell you, this is quite exhausting and expensive for me to perform. Therefore, in order to offset these debts that I will incur, I'm going to need a small upfront payment for this cure.
Are you talking to this person right now?
Yes.
The panel once again stops you and says, "Please, no interruptions."
And I say, yeah.
You would stop this man from receiving the cure to his disease.
They're like, "You just walked in here.
You who call yourselves a medical expert,
We never said we were medical experts."
damn this man to Bingus.
No!
Then be
Please
gone.
leave. Guards, please escort them out of this building.
I just wanted money.
Rorik steps away from Scheme.
Yeah,
Scheme, this isn't a casino.
I'm gonna go with Rorik, kind of like over to the
Stand to the
chairs,
side.
so we're not associated
I was
with
trying
them.
to scam them.
I know, buddy. It's okay. I know. I pat your head. We'll get him next time.
A couple of guards approach you two and say, "Will you please leave? You're disturbing the process."
And then I reach out to them. I say, yeah, we're so sorry. Yeah, we'll sit down. I'm sorry.
Okay.
The guards then pick up Scheme like a cat.
No, they tell you to like have a seat and please wait your turn.
Okay. We get a turn.
So 30 minutes pass and this individual is still ranting about Bingus. And then finally when he's like out of breath, the panel says, once again, it's been proven that Bingus is just a psychological belief. It doesn't actually exist. No one has any symptoms of Bingus. We don't know what you're talking about. And he just sits there, he's like, Bingus is real. And after like a deliberation back and forth for a few minutes, they finally just have him escorted out of the building.
Scheme,
guy.
you think of what I'm thinking?
I don't think so.
That guy is clearly convinced we need to go talk to him.
We need to go talk to him. I leave the building.
Yeah, we both leave the building.
Oh no.
You guys leave the building to go find the Bingus guy.
Yeah.
Lauren and Rorik, are you guys going to hang out here for a little bit more, or?
Yeah, I'm waiting to find an opening to talk to someone.
A few more problems come up. Some of them are kind of just like personal things. Imagine individuals who are like, I drank fountain water and it didn't taste very good. I think you guys should change the fountain water.
So petty.
Change
Like,
the filter.
The
I
panel,
drink sprinkler water.
It's the same thing. It's
like this
I
is
drank
very,
water from the public pool and it tasted nasty.
this is very much like a place where citizens can come and voice their concerns and stuff, and the panel is there to actually determine if they're legitimate concerns or not. To actually bring
Sir,
them.
are you listening to me?
Just Ron Swanson your way.
Straight up Parks and Rec.
yeah.
Sir, are you aware of the problem that we've been facing?
You guys wait for a couple hours. There's a few people that are going on ahead of you, but you do finally get your time to shine.
Is it like? Do I just like go sit in front of the panel?
There's
or
like a
something?
little like podium that you can go
Right.
and stand at.
Right. That makes sense.
Rorik does not go up there with him.
Rorik stays seated.
Stays seated.
I'm not with.
Is there a chair that's like near the panel that is like part of the panel?
There's a little seat that you could go and take a sit-see at.
As like one of the officials that are at the panel?
Oh, like no, not one of them. No, I thought you meant as part of like Lauren's party.
I'm meant to be here.
This is where I belong.
This feels natural.
Multiple phone books stacked to get you seated with everybody else.
Climbs up like a little kid onto the phone
Just throughout the discussion, you just see him rapidly grow to a large creature, and then after a minute shrink down. And
No, I go up to the podium and I don't. Whose name is on the list that I'm looking for?
The name on the list is Boat.
Yes. Yes.
Self-fulfilling.
It all
prophecy.
makes sense.
Davidman.
It all makes sense. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Jury.
No, I'm sorry. That's just a little joke.
It's called a panel.
Oh yeah, ladies and gentlemen of the panel.
Sorry.
Might one of you be Boat?
The guy on the far left, it's a dwarf. He raises his hand.
Ah, Mr. Boat.
Do you have a problem, sir?
No, I don't have a problem. My name is Lauren von Kierstein. I had a business here and I ran it quite well, and so I left the city to go and start more franchises in other cities within the country. On the continent. And I'm back and I'm trying to get my bearings. Might you be able to contact Mr. Octavius Vale?
I might be able to get a message up there, but this sounds like an issue you should be raising with the business council.
Ah, how might I contact them?
I mean, they do have a station in the central district.
No, of course. What district are we in right now?
Your guys, you're in like the upper district.
Upper, okay. And I assume it's similar to this council?
Less so. They're going to be a lot more official because they're managing different businesses.
Yes, of course. Do I need to make an appointment to see them, or is it walk-in?
Yes, you
similar
will
to
need
this?
to make an appointment, but you can walk in and make an appointment.
Ah, of course. Okay, thank you.
Is there anything else?
No, my short friend has a question to pose.
Excellent. Thank you for your time, short friend.
I haven't seen many turtles around this city, and I'm kind of curious as to why.
If you want to see turtles, you're going to have to go outside the city. If you head a little bit down the mountain, there's going to be a fork in the main pathway. If you take left, there's going to be a nice reserve for several different creatures. You'll probably be able to find some turtles.
Really?
Yes.
Everybody got worried.
Yeah. He starts hyperventilating.
Never mind. Go right at the fork.
Thank you so very much.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay. Have a great day.
I will.
Oh my god.
Oh no. Okay, in the meantime, while you guys were waiting 2 hours to have a very brief conversation, we had Corliss and Scheme run out to follow the Bingus guy.
The Bingus guy.
Yeah, Scheme and I we got a plan.
Okay, the Bingus guy is kind of like sulking and has his head down as he's walking down the road.
Sir, I'm so sorry to hear.
He turns around and he's like, "Oh, you guys know about Bingus."
Absolutely.
I'm surprised you're saying it. It's dangerous. Dangerous.
I mean, I'm already infected. I just need to bring awareness to Bingus.
I take a step away.
But have you heard of Dingus? It's the newest mutation.
We know, yes, of course we know, but what we're mostly concerned about, well, not concerned, but there's a healer in the city you mentioned. Is that right?
I mean, yeah, but he was proven to be a phony.
Dude, can you take us to him? Because I mean, even if he can claim anything, that's something. He might know something.
We
cure
kind of
this.
killed him because he was a phony.
Holy crap.
What?
You what?
Yeah, we got a whole group together of all of us Bingus and Dingus infected folk, and we just like killed him.
So, what was he doing?
He was just claiming to be able to cure people. He said that like since Bingus and Dingus are verbally transmitted diseases, they should also be cured verbally. So he just told them lots of
That's
nice
absurd.
things.
No, that's
Yeah.
far from.
He
far
took
from
all their
the-
money, and so we just killed him.
Have you since recovered your money?
Oh no, we have no idea where it went.
So you don't have any of your money anymore?
No, we didn't. So we killed him for nothing.
Hey, Corliss, I'm losing a lot of motivation for this side plot.
Me too, but I have an idea.
Okay, go on.
Guards! Guards!
Just gonna have this person arrested?
Yeah, he murdered somebody and he just confessed. Guards!
Wait! A couple of individuals in is the same like obsidian black armor come running up, and they're like, "What's the matter? What's going on?"
Not gonna lie, I wanted to try to help this guy out, Bingus and all that.
And they're like, "Oh, Bingus!"
Yeah, and he just
Believers.
confessed to murdering the only known curer.
Oh yeah, no, everybody knows that already.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, hold
This was like months ago.
This side plot sucks.
Yeah, hold on. Can we have a sidebar for the side plot real quick? You guys stay there. Hey,
I'll turn my microphone over, and then you turn your microphone over.
okay, so it'll be like us whispering.
Yeah, so it's like we're turning them so that James can't hear us.
Do you want to go find that guy's buried treasure?
That's exactly what I want to do.
Okay, let's go find that guy's
Okay, let's-
lost treasure.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay.
Okay, good side. Good side. hustle.
Guards.
Yes.
Where? Okay, so that guy died and nobody cares.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
So where did he? Where was his place? Like, where did he die?
Oh, he's over in the scorched area.
Where's that?
I mean, look at the bright white marble walls, and then look at the one place that's scorched black.
Can I see it?
burned him?
Can I see it right now?
As you kind of look around, you can see like a sliver of it because you're on a slanted hill and some of the buildings cover it, but you can see actually part of it.
You guys
Okay.
burned him?
Oh, no. This was like a few years ago. Gifted One went on a rampage, burned like a third of the city.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
That's nuts.
Yeah, lots of people died.
I mean, that's a fraction compared to what Bingus could do to the city if it continues to run rampant.
I mean, I'm pretty sure my mom died to Bingus.
Oh my gosh.
And my dad has Dingus.
Holy cannoli.
How is he still alive?
We don't know. It's a miracle.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I understand he's an elf and all that, but he's been living for like 300 years.
I would never talk to your father if I were you.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Good. Good.
So anyway, we're gonna go see about that guy's place because this seems really fascinating history.
Shit. How are you gonna find it?
Well, you just said it's
you
the
just said we
scorched
could find the
place.
scorched place.
The scorch. Yeah, you can find it, but it's like a third of the city.
Well, we asked the guard like 3 times, and the guard's just like, yeah, go to that third of the city.
Yeah. He doesn't know the exact location. He's just a guard.
Okay, Bingus guy. What's your name?
I dare not
Lingus.
speak it.
You don't have a name.
Did you gamble it away?
No, I have a name, all right, but I fear that if I speak my name, you might receive
Give us a
Dingus
code.
or Bingus.
Give us a code.
Give
name
us a
then.
different name then.
Very well. You can call me Bingus.
Okay, Bingus. Bingus, we are
Oh,
here.
careful. You might get Bingus.
Can you give us a different name?
Where did
Dingus.
you kill the guy?
Not Bingus, not Dingus, but that's the name that you want to go by.
Yes, you asked for a code name.
We are actually
BD.
BD. We are from the Medical Investigative Bureau.
Oh,
We need
the MIB?
Yes, we're the MIB. We're the men.
The medical. Did you plan that?
No,
That was perfect. That was perfect. You didn't even plan it.
we're from the MIB. We need you to take us to where this guy died.
Okay.
Lead the way.
Come with me, but beware. Many are infected with Bingus, and
don't-
they don't even know it.
My word.
I brought wax, and I pretend to put wax in my ears. Call me Odysseus. Lead the way, BD.
Okay. He's like, prepare yourselves. It's quite the walk.
Cool.
Does it have to be?
I mean, in game time, like, it's a long walk
We spent
for
the next
us.
2 weeks.
No, it's like several hours. Keep in mind, Peak City is the largest city on the continent. It is
know.
gigantic and difficult to traverse.
We should like integrate a subway system here.
Probably.
that moves uphill.
A chairlift, maybe?
Yeah, why don't they have ski lifts in the city?
This is a good side plot.
It's a roller coaster.
Yeah,
I sense a money-making
Great.
opportunity.
I sure hope so.
Look, I'm like 500 gold pieces in debt to this guy.
Yep. This is why I'm very
Motivated.
I'm very motivated to get
You want
this
your
done.
money back.
Okay. He leads you into the Scorched District, where once again, it is about a third of the city. Peak City is gigantic, and this is an entire section that the ground is still scorched black. Many of the buildings have since been rebuilt, but they are all very new compared to the rest of the city. It's been several years, and even then, still a majority of it is still just complete ruins, where they haven't been able to rebuild it. It's very reminiscent of Heroes Hold in some ways, where there was a serial arsony, and it's never had time to rebuild. They're still rebuilding a good chunk of this city right here.
You should do something about this.
Me?
Yeah. Maybe the society as a whole.
Oh, we're trying.
Yeah, well, you could do better.
I don't really like you.
Not a lot of people do.
BD, don't pay any attention to him. Lead the way.
Okay,
My years in the MIB.
come check out the murder spot.
Where all my friends like to hang out.
And you don't like me?
Plot twist, he's taking you to the same place to reenact it.
He's gonna kill you.
He takes you into like the ruined parts, and there's a building that's a little bit more intact than the others, and by a little bit more intact, it has like a couple of walls and a floor, and that's about it. All the wood is still very charcoaly, and there's a single chair there. Over to the side where there's like a...
got the castle. You got the castle.
Over to the side, there's like a hole in the floor where some of the wood has broken out, and they're like, that's where we put the body. He's just bones now.
Wow. This
This is where we happened. This is where we did it.
Corliss, this could kill us.
Hey, you see these scorch marks up here?
Oh, sorry,
Well,
I mean-
down there's a dead body.
I meant Odysseus.
I put the dead body there. What?
No, that's where we put the body.
What? I can't hear you. I got it right. Oh, anyway.
Let's crack open this case, huh?
Yeah, so can we like do a quick montage of like, I'm gonna look underneath this 2x4, I'm gonna look underneath this 2x4.
Yeah, give me an investigation check.
I imagine we're not gonna find much now, but we will get to something that
Nat 10.
will.
Nat 10, crazy.
Out of the shadows walks no guard.
I thought Scheme was like actually gung-ho about this. Turns out he's just like average into it.
He's just whatever.
Average
just
into
whatever.
it.
Ah, yes, there's a body.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
A dirty one.
You guys are like, I've lost a lot of enthusiasm after seeing just the bones of this guy.
Like this is like really real.
Wait, have we even seen the bones? I thought they were
Yeah.
in the hole.
So like, yeah, they're in the hole underneath the 2x4s.
It's like a crawl space.
Yeah, a little crawl space.
So it's not that deep of a hole.
No, it's not that deep. It's like maybe a couple feet.
Well,
I mean, do I learn anything with my 10?
You kind of poke around. You find like 2 silver pieces in his pocket. You don't know how they missed that, seeing as how crazy they
He
were
doesn't
about
even
the money.
have pockets anymore. It's just bones.
No, he has bones, but he still has his clothes on him.
His clothes are like immaculate.
Wait, hold up.
They're
It's only
dirty.
been
They're
it's only
fraying.
been like a couple of months, but the dude's
It's been
bones?
a few months. And his bones. They're rats and stuff.
Oh, that makes more sense. I was like,
There's something sinister afoot. No.
hey, well, yeah, there was a murder, but
BD,
We've already admitted to murder, group murder.
BD, where's this guy from? Do we know where he lived?
Let's find out.
We want the money.
Oh, yeah, I kind of know where he lived.
Oh, this wasn't his house?
No, dude, this is where we took him to kill him.
Oh, okay, yeah, let's go to his house.
I learned everything I needed to learn.
Yeah, you
here.
want to meet his family?
Yeah, let's meet his family.
Oh my gosh.
You didn't dispose of the family?
Why would we do that? They didn't take our money.
It's odd. Okay, well, let's go.
Besides, they might be infected with Bingus too. Who knows?
Just don't talk to them.
Yeah, we haven't.
Good. Take us there.
Okay, check it out. This is the family of the guy we killed. Oh my God.
Mommy, he's back.
For the record, James is on the floor cackling.
Mommy, the guy that murdered our father is back outside.
Come look! Come look!
What is this subplot, man?
This is derailed so much.
you?
I just wanted to reference Bingus again.
We want
It
money.
has become a complete subplot.
Also, you guys are expecting for this guy to have stolen a lot of money.
Yeah.
This dude probably only stole like maybe 2 gold coins.
No, I
Let
have
it
heard
know.
more than that.
He said a lot.
He said a lot.
I have specifically stated at least hundreds.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
There's
okay.
money in this
So
somewhere.
there's a minimum of 200.
Minimum. That means there's a roll involved.
Oh man! And real quick, Lauren, you want to give me a history check since you know
History
Peak City?
check.
We are down the rabbit hole, but we're gonna get to the
So
bottom
far,
of
I got a
this.
19.
A what?
I got a 19.
19. So to kind of give a little bit more information, the name that the BD gave for Donald Teus as a Bingus victim is one of, if not the most renowned lawyer in all of Peak City. He's been around for a very long time and is crazy successful, very wealthy.
And now dead.
Oh no, he's still alive.
Oh, he's still
Wait, is
alive.
he BD?
No. BD is just the guy who said Donald Teus is a Bingus victim that has paid that guy that they killed a lot of money.
Okay.
To cure Bingus.
Wow,
Okay,
so
okay.
He even tricked the lawyer, though. They're really sick. This guy was good.
Oh no. Donald Teus is known for being very eccentric, if not crazy.
Oh.
BD escorts you guys out of the scorched district and into a more normal neighborhood. Closer to the wall you get, the more poor Peak City gets, so he leads you into the city where you come to some more middle-class houses. Some nicer ones. All of them are still like the wood and steel type construction, but as you approach one of them, you can see that it's kind of lost some of its luster. It's not as well painted. The little bit of plants that they have around it are not really there anymore. They're kind of dying. It looks like some of the windows have been broken and are just boarded up. As he leads you up to it, he says, "This is it."
What's your code name again?
John.
No.
What?
It was like Osiris or something.
Okay.
What was it?
Forgot.
What? I had a code name?
Yes.
You put wax in your ears and said, "Call me."
Oh, Odysseus.
What was that?
What do you have you not heard of the Odyssey?
No, you couldn't remember what it was.
Yeah, I said was a very clear reference.
Well, when I asked you about it, you couldn't. Anyways, Odysseus,
Osiris?
Osiris. Do you feel the presence of Bingus in the air?
But of course.
It is heavy with infection in this area.
Well, of course I'm here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, otherwise.
No, everywhere I go, I just radiate Bingus.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to be like atmospheric.
Oh, but why?
Because
All right, sit down, BD.
Anyways, you see that boarded up window right there?
Yeah.
Totally busted that one myself.
I don't know how. Okay. Are people still living here?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
And you didn't fix the window?
Why would I do that?
That's kind of mean.
No.
No.
Anyways, sidebar here for a second. MIB stuff. Are we gonna just like break into this house?
No, I think we should just like knock on the door and then break in.
So like one of us talks to the people in the front and the other one sneaks in the back?
We could try that, but maybe like we just talk to them and maybe they're just like, maybe who knows? Maybe they hated this guy too. I mean, you never know. Maybe we should just go talk to them and find out.
Okay, Operation, you do that. I'm going to sneak in the back.
Okay, that works.
Wait, no, I'm a good liar. You should sneak in the back.
Don't you have disadvantage on stealth?
I have disadvantage on
Okay, what's your deception?
My persuasion is 2, but I'm proficient in religion.
You could.
Where's the silver lining? Where does this like butt come in?
I also have a +5 to animal handling.
That's great. I don't think there's going to be a horse at the door.
You never know.
Little did you know.
And he had never been more wrong.
Oh my god, a horse!
Horse comes out of the door. Hey guys!
Nay.
I can try to talk to them. I
Okay.
can. Maybe we just both try to talk to them, and then if it doesn't work out, then we break in. Nobody really seemed to mind when we killed that guy.
Maybe we show up and we'd be like, hey, we're from the MIB. We're here to collect the funds that your deceased husband collected from these guys.
Yeah. No, that's a good idea.
Okay.
Let's do that.
I'm going to take one of my official looking pamphlets. And can I try to alter MacGyver it?
I'm crayon cross.
No, it's
stuff
gonna be like a serial killer ransom note where I like cut up letters
from different magazines,
from different parts of it, and try to spell like MIB, which would be really easy because it's 3 letters.
Yeah.
Try to.
Attempt.
What roll do you want to make for that?
Persuasion.
I was gonna say deception.
Okay, I'm okay with that as well. 23.
Oh, okay. So you sadly destroy one of your well-made.
I'm going to go ahead and
no.
remove from my inventory a well-made.
And real quick, you realize that you do realize he has lots of these pamphlets, right, Corliss?
Yeah, and I'm like, immediately when I see one of them get torn up, I'm like, mission accomplished.
I only have
Like
48 more.
This entire side quest complete. I've done it.
Tears are like streaming down my face.
I
One
have,
person that will be
like,
spared.
There's like fireworks going off. I have done it.
Success.
Yeah.
Okay, you take one of the blank pages that you have that you got a while ago to make all these pamphlets, and you kind of start sticking them all together into a pretty well-made, like, looks like a flyer, essentially.
Okay. Okay, let's send it. And I knock on the door, but I do the dun 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 dun.
Yeah, you don't want to do a policeman knock the boom, boom, boom.
No, we're from the MIB.
Okay.
We're from the
MIB,
We're from the
open up.
MIB.
We're
Yeah.
cordial.
A few moments pass, and then finally a nice gnomish woman opens the door. It looks like she's middle-aged.
Hello, ma'am.
She goes, "Can I help you, gentlemen?"
I think you can. We're from the MIB, the Medical Investigative Bureau.
Is this from my husband's scam? Please, we've already given them everything that we could. We're sorry. We understand that he committed a crime, but we have nothing left to give.
Ma'am, I don't think you
Cut the bull
understand.
crap.
Bad cop.
We are here to make sure that that is in fact true.
We've settled our debts. There's nothing else left to pay.
Mind if we come in and take a look around? We're sure you've settled all your debts. Consider this a final parting between your family and the medical bureau.
I do mind, because I'd rather not have people come in while my son is sleeping.
Can we wake him up? He won't be sleeping then.
No, I do not want to wake him up.
All right. But should we depart this day, this will be going onto your record, meaning that this whole process that you've been dragged through may be set back years. Expect visits like this to continue more periodically because we can't conclude business here.
Fine, come on in.
A mind link with Scheme real fast. Hey, yo, bro, I'm like wrapped with guilt real fast.
Yeah, me too. I wanted to just see if I could do it, but now I can. And
But now
I'm like,
I have an idea. Like, we're already inside. Like, I have an idea.
okay, take the reins.
Interesting place you got here.
As she lets you in, you see there's the kitchen on the left, and over to the right, you see there's 3 wooden chairs. That's her living room.
Oh.
Might I examine your living room?
Feel free, it's right there. She points to the 3 chairs.
Like, is there like any other?
There
is
is-
there a cupboard or anything?
There is nothing. There is a single portrait of the father, wife, and son.
I pick up the portrait.
Okay.
It was a beautiful family.
Thank you. It's the last valuable we have left. And you can tell that it is high quality. It looks like they got a pretty well-known painter to make it. It even has a nice, intricate frame.
I'm like examining like the lining of it, like
Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
at -1. Hey, that was a 18.
It is actually very apparent to you that, like, this frame is not just a nice frame. This frame is made of solid gold.
Oh, shoot.
This changes things.
I'm still mind linked with Scheme. Suddenly I don't feel so guilty.
Are they yanking our chain?
Dude, they very well might be. I'm looking at the gold frame.
Mhm.
I've examined it. It's solid gold. I remember her story. I'm now going to insight check her.
Okay, go for it.
Because things are not adding up.
Ooh, that was good.
But I got a +8 to insight. That's a
still good. It's still
17.
17. You kind of like re-examine her story and her body language. She seems like she's being very, very truthful, and she is very scared and tired of all this nonsense. She was not involved with her husband's scheme, and she is the one paying for all of it.
Where was your husband's study?
It would be upstairs.
Mind if I take a look?
Yeah, I mean, it's
I'll
been
be
turned
nice
upside
and
down.
nice and quiet.
There's not much else to really find.
I'll wait down here. Would you mind showing Scheme up?
Yeah. She kind of leads you up the stairs. There's only a few rooms here. One's the study, one's the master bedroom, and one's the kids' room. She leads you into the study where there is very much a desk and a couple of papers. This room has been turned over several times.
James, at the end of this side plot, there better be some like twist where these people turn out to be awful. Because people are going to hate listening to this. Okay, I'm going to do a little investigation around this place.
Okay.
18.
You examine the area. You kind of go through a few stuff. The one place that looks like that maybe hasn't been touched is in one of the corners. You do find one of the floorboards is a little loose.
She's standing like right behind me watching.
Yeah, she's like standing in the doorway.
So I'll just go over and be like, looks like a little bit of a creaky floor. I'm a carpenter back home. Let me take a look at this.
Yeah, feel free.
Okay, I take a look at it.
Okay. You kind of start poking around on it. It doesn't take you very long to find a nice little place where you can get one of your claws underneath and kind of pull up one of the floorboards.
Okay, what do I see?
As you do, you find a nice tin box with a lid on it.
Ancient family secrets.
It doesn't look ancient.
Somewhat old family secrets.
Sure.
Relatively new family secrets.
No, not new.
Moderately old, but also not very new family secrets.
This back and forth with God.
It's actually with the wife.
She's not ancient. She knew about it.
She's like, no,
Don't you have
old.
someplace to be? I flip open the box secretly.
Okay. You open up the box and you see a nice, like, pretty hefty leather pouch. Like, the box is pretty heavy because of this pouch, and it looks like there's a notebook in it as well.
How can I get you to make a noise? Draw her attention.
Do either of you have a message?
Oh, wait, I have a message.
Oh, yeah, I don't.
Message will work through walls as long as you know the general location of the individual.
Boop, 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 boop. Hey, Gorliss, you should, like, call her down or something, but don't wake the kid.
What if I just wake the kid?
I guess you could.
I meander my way to the kitchen.
Okay. You imagine like a studio apartment. You like walk to the other side of the room. Kitchen.
Is there like a tin kettle?
Yeah.
I knock it down.
Clang, 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 clang. You hear like the thud of her coming down the stairs. She's like, "What's going on?"
I'm terribly sorry. I didn't see where I was going, and I bumped into your stove, and I'm sorry. I dropped your kettle.
Well, this does remind me. Would you like some tea or something?
That would be lovely. Do you have another
Bingo.
kettle?
She kind of picks up the kettle, fills it up with some water from her bucket, and starts heating it up and everything.
Okay, I'm gonna crack open the leather pouch in the notebook.
Okay, you open up the leather pouch and you find that it is not filled with just gold pieces, but there are a few platinum pieces.
Oh.
There is a few thousand gold pieces in this pouch.
Hamina. Okay, what?
Because
Mission
keep in mind,
accomplished.
one platinum piece is 1,000 gold pieces.
Oh, hold on.
Yes.
Okay, what does the notebook say?
You've opened up the notebook and it looks like it's kind of a journal, but it's mostly individuals of him targeting people who are of lower intelligence that would be susceptible to falling for Bingus. So you find that with this notebook, you could continue this scam.
I'm going to pocket the notebook, and I'm going to send Corliss a message saying, "Hey, I found the cashola.
How much?
It's 5 point something K.
I mean, dude, I checked this woman out, and like she seems like I don't even think she knows about that.
I don't think she does either. I'm a little chaotic, but I'm also slightly good aligned, and so
Which means we could take a little bit
Yeah.
we could.
and present it to her, and also get out of her hair in a very kind, sneaky way.
Give me that. I'm just joking with you. Give me that. I'm just joking.
So why don't you, I don't know, do what you want with the money? Like, you don't need to tell me how much you're taking out, you know. But like, but then why don't you come down here? We're having tea, and we can confront her with this.
All right. I go. I heft the bag of coins and I heft the notebook and I go downstairs to meet her.
Okay. As you head down, you're greeted to the scent of rose and cherry blossom tea
Scheme. We were just sitting down for some tea.
in the 2 of the 3 wooden chairs.
Well, I guess there's no question about where I'm sitting.
What'd you find?
Ma'am, what was your name?
Sarah.
Sarah. Well, while conducting my investigation, it seems like you guys have taken quite the beating regarding this case. You've paid your dues. I feel it's only fair for me to present my findings, and I put down the book and I put down 5 point something K gold pieces. I say this was in your husband's study.
Are you taking it?
You've, like you mentioned, paid your dues. You've done everything. This is yours.
Thank you?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to say about this.
Ma'am, while we are with the MIB,
Medical Investigative Bureau.
I have a rare form of dyslexia, DC. I'm sorry.
IBM. Something like that.
Crohn's. We're not only here on their behalf, but we are more mediators to make sure that not only have you done right by them, but that they have done right by you. You have fulfilled all of your obligations, and we want to make sure that this case is closed and dismissed. And also, clearly, you have completed everything. This is the money that is still in your possession. We see no reason why it should be confiscated. However, I do think that it would be best that you don't take that notebook. Would you like us to take care of that for you?
What's in the notebook?
It goes over some of your husband's plans to continue his operation.
Oh, yeah, I definitely don't want that.
Yeah, we don't want any reason for this to be drawn back up. So we'll happily take care of that for you. But I mean, the tea has been wonderful. We're so sorry to take some time out of your pleasant, peaceful day. I hope that you have a good rest of your life. And like I said, that money we see no reason to take it. Do with it as you wish. Send your son to school. Son. Did you say son?
Son.
Send your son to school. Fix up your home. Do whatever you want.
Thank you, gentlemen. She kind of like holds the bag. She has to hold it in both her hands. It's big for her small hands. She kind of looks at it for a little bit, shakes it around, looks inside, and says, well, listen, my husband got this money doing something that I strongly disagree with and I feel is very, very immoral. And I think what you two have done today is extremely moral. I need to thank you. I'd like to share this with you. Can we split this?
Not necessary, but
I mean, I won't say no.
Well, at least take this. And she hands you both a platinum piece.
that's awful kind of you, ma'am.
I'm just glad that there are still good people like you in the world.
Well, I think it's about time that we get going.
Mindlink reconnects the scheme. I say, no! You just hear screams.
I just like Scheme just like buckles over.
The good thing I'm resistant to psychological damage.
You're the one dealing it.
As you guys are about to leave, she asks for both of your names. I want to remember who you are.
I'm Agent Axel.
Agent Axel. Agent Axel. The MIB.
Yes.
And you, sir?
Odysseus.
Agent Axel and Odysseus. I will never forget you.
I hope you do. Bye.
As you guys are leaving, she's like, I will never forget you.
Please don't.
That was a roller coaster.
Oh man.
I was like, I thought that you were gonna take maybe just take 2 platinum pieces or something.
I tossed around the idea of just taking enough to pay you back, and then I'm just like, no, it wouldn't be right.
When you said I put down 5 point something thousand gold, I was like, you what?
I thought that it was going to be like you pocket the gold pieces, but
And just
or
give her the
pocket the platinum pieces, leave the gold, take the notebook, and be like, hey, we didn't find anything related to this, but we did find this.
No, my morals, they told me not to.
Look at this, guys. We have good people in this party.
Finally.
Yeah, they got that money by impersonating government officials.
No, we got
Creating
the
a
money
fictional government organization.
that
Yeah, it
she
might be-
apparently has been paying money to. So who has she been paying money to?
Dude, every other week, some duo comes up with the same idea.
They're still.
And every time they found the money and they've been like, this place is a wreck. We can't take it. And they leave it.
It started off with 50,000 gold pieces.
They just keep pilfering
They
a
keep on-
platinum
yeah.
piece every
They
time.
always give it to her, and she always just like, well, time to reset.
Also, the Medical Investigation Bureau is just big pharma for this city. it's the shadow medical industry. That's
Dude, somewhere far off, like the Medical Investigative Bureau are like hooded individuals sitting around like a scrying pool, and they're just like, they know too much.
Send out an agent.
As you guys are running down the road a little bit, you hear some footsteps behind you, and it's DB as he's trying to catch up. And he says, "What'd you do? Did you skin them alive? Did you take everything they had? I know they have at least one chair in there."
I'm gonna open up my book and see if there's anything on DB.
He gave you a fake name. You have no idea.
Are there any physical descriptions?
No, there isn't. Just people who are dumb enough to fall for Bingus.
Well, if they're dumb enough to fall for Bingus, maybe they're dumb enough to fall for it twice.
Go for it.
You know, we did find something, DB.
Yeah?
Scheme starts shaking a bit.
This is serious.
We found the cure.
He had it?
He had it.
All along?
He actually
I knew he wasn't a fake.
and so you murdered him.
Oh my gosh.
He wrote everything down in this notebook.
Oh my gosh.
And it's far too dangerous for the common eye.
What do you mean? The cure can only be good. There's so many afflicted with Bingus.
You don't understand what is needed for this cure, DB.
What could possibly be this terrible?
What's the most terrible thing you can think of?
Bingus.
It's that, but more.
More? Dingus?
What? Yeah, more.
What's the next letter?
Tringus.
I don't know.
Type 1. Zingus.
I thought you were gonna say diabetes.
Type 1 diabetes.
I needed this.
The whole Bingus subplot. We started off in freaking Hero's Hole.
It's made its way
so
to
good.
Peak City. DB.
Yeah.
We need your help.
What can I possibly do? I can collect this Zingus.
Yeah, if that's what you think sounds logical.
But you said that's what we need for the cure.
No, that is. I was commenting on how intelligent you are.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then I put my hand on his shoulder and I say, spread the word. Zingus.
Collect
is the cure.
Zingus for the cure.
If you can,
Collect Zingus for
it's
the
also verbally transmitted, and so if you can get enough people to give you Zingus,
How do I get Zingus?
convince them to.
What's the
Oh my gosh! It works! I give him 48 well-made pamphlets.
Oh my god.
This is your missionary. This is your missionary. This is your missionary from Malel.
The cure is Malel.
Malel is the clear.
I give him 48 well-made pamphlets. I need you to give these out to ready and worthy individuals.
Just morons.
Mom's gonna be like, hey, what the heck?
Idiots.
I'll take what I can get.
Why'd you send me all the idiots? I wanted smart people.
He takes the pamphlets and he says, I know the right people for this job. Just give them these.
No, but you have to convince them to follow the ways outlined in those pamphlets.
I don't know the ways.
Learn the ways.
Teach me the ways.
Pray to Malel.
Okay, I'll teach them that.
You're set. That's your first steps you need.
All right.
Now go.
This is so exciting, guys. How do I find you to let you know that I've
I'll
collected
shoot a
enough
firebolt
zingas?
into the air.
We'll find you.
Okay.
Keep one.
Okay, hold on. I actually need one of these.
Okay.
Okay, 47. Go.
Spread
I will
the
not
word.
disappoint you. We will cure Bingus and Dingus with Zingus and the power of this Mal-Al.
Don't call him that.
Mal.
Okay, what do I call him?
Malel.
Malel.
Yeah, go.
Malel.
Honestly, Corliss is not worried. And if anything, I'm like, perfect. Those are the absolute perfect people to be.
Scheme is thinking the exact same thing.
But for a completely different reason.
Word for word. Same
not
thing.
worried in the slightest.
You
If they
see
were
the-
like the Emperor, I'd be like, no.
You see DB start running down the street super excited and he immediately trips and you see several of them scatter. But he picks them all up and starts running off.
And
I
I'm
don't-
like, yeah.
I don't see this being a bad idea in any regard. This is good.
Okay, we need to go find the others.
I wonder what the others are up to.
Returning back to Lauren and Rorik. You guys have a few hours since your compatriots are traveling across the entire city, essentially.
We just left.
worth it.
Yeah, you just disappeared.
We heard Bingus and we were like, we got a
An
job to
opportunity
do.
for money.
Okay,
Somebody has to take care of Rico around here.
so Lauren and Rorik, you guys are the ones with Rico since the other two went on a little side adventure. Where did you want to go? Did you want to try heading to the business association?
Yes.
Okay. So you grab the address from Boat,
Boat.
Boat,
Good old boat.
and you start heading down in that direction. It's in more of the central city, and it is very easy to get lost. Even though you have been here before and you've spent time here, I'm going to need a survival check
Ooh.
from you, Lauren.
Oh, jeez.
I will give you advantage since you're at least familiar with the area.
Okay.
Can Rico just perpetually give people help on survival checks since he's had to survive by himself his entire life?
For certain survival checks, yes.
He knows
Uh,
north. No, he just knows south. For
He
some
always
reason.
knows south. Which direction is south? I got a 16.
You're able to navigate pretty well. You kind of have to get your bearings back, but you're able to get there pretty easily. With like the occasional hiccup here and there, but it doesn't take you very long to solve which direction to go. You finally come to the business association. It's a moderately sized building, mostly wood with accents of steel. As you walk into it, there's the first floor with several desks with people behind them. It looks like it's mostly for people to inquire about businesses, get business licenses, a few other things like that. To set up a meeting with them, you're going to have to talk to one of these individuals. As you walk in, it doesn't take you long to find an open desk.
I just go talk to the first person that I can see.
You sit down and it's a lovely half-elf girl behind the desk. She has the business association uniform and she greets you with a smile and she says, "Hello, my name is Flea. How can I help you today?"
Yes, Miss Flair. I'm wondering how I can inquire about getting in contact with Octavius Vale.
Oh, Octavius Vale. I believe he's the chief administrator for the
Yes.
palace.
Yes, he is.
That's going to be moderately difficult. You're going to have to be either a business of renown or you're going to have to be requested by Octavius Vale to have a meeting.
Is it renowned enough to be the manufacturer of the palatial clockworkmen?
Oh, you must be Rogi. I must say, sir, I was kind of worried. I mean, the Gifted Gears is quite renowned indeed, but I've
Yes.
heard many horror stories about you. I hope you're aware of them.
I'm sorry, Miss Flair.
Flea.
Flea. I am sorry, it's my accent. Do you happen to have business records about what was the name of your shop? Was it Gifted Gears here as well?
It's franchised.
Do you hold records about the original creator or the original business owner of the Gifted Gears shop that was founded here in Peak City?
I believe the original owner was Lauren von Kierstein.
That's this man.
We do have some of those records, but they have to be accessed by the owner himself.
That is this man. He is
Yes,
Lauren von Kierstein.
Mr. So you're not Rogie.
No, I never claimed to be.
We're tracking Rogie down because he pulled a lot of shenanigans to take his business from him and forge his records.
Okay, I'm sorry to say this then, but unfortunately, the business is currently under the ownership of Rogie. If you're after a revenge ploy, I cannot help you with that.
It's not revenge. It's more, I need to speak with Octavius. He knows me very well, very personally.
Give me a moment then, sir. Let me see
Okay.
if I can at least get a message out there to him. I cannot give any promises.
Please, whatever you can do.
She gets up from her desk and she kind of goes over, probably talking to her manager or something.
Lauren, I'm sorry for stepping in.
No.
It's just,
You-
I'm getting annoyed at
Yes.
this whole thing as well.
Yes. You and me both.
She comes back and she says, well, if you have a business proposal for Mr. Octavius, I can get a message there to him. I can't simply set up a meeting. We are a business association, so if we're going to be setting up meetings, it has to be with a business. Unfortunately, you are no longer the owner of Gifted Gears, so I cannot get you a meeting under that pretense.
Have Scheme and Corliss reunited with us yet?
No, you have
No.
powers.
Okay, this is like while they're doing their
Yes.
stuff.
You
we're
ain't
gonna-
getting no out of this.
I'm wondering, I can't believe I'm asking this, would a church be considered a business? Or rather,
Church.
maybe a non-profit business?
Europe it is.
Unfortunately, most churches who worship the Pantheon are not considered businesses under the Business Association.
Right. Okay. What about a manufacturer of stationery? Maybe very well-made pamphletry.
Oh, so you're offering like an artistic business?
Yes.
Okay, that's very interesting. I can at least send the proposal to Mr. Octavius. Do you have a business proposal outlined?
Shall we? Do you want to talk about this for a second?
Yeah, let me confer with my business associate.
Of course,
Real
take
quick.
your time.
All right, Lauren. The only person amongst us who had the ability to create that fine proposal or those pamphlets just left us a few hours ago.
Right, and we know exactly where he lives.
We don't know exactly where he lives.
We know how to contact him. Anyone that has my card, I can usually reach.
That's fair.
Listen, all I need to do is come to Octavius with a business idea, right? When he sees me, he will recognize me. We had a very good relationship when I was working my shop initially here.
All right, these are your contacts, so I'll trust that this is the best way.
Unless, do you have a separate idea for a business? We can be young entrepreneurs with many ideas.
I know that I've seen you tinkering around with the little gadgets and
No, I do,
and
yes.
travels and whatnot.
Of course.
Is there anything that you might be able to use or create that people might be able to use in their everyday thing? Something that might be able to produce light or something or other that might make their everyday experience a little easier. If it's something small that you can create quickly and easily, then it's a prototype that you can use as an example so that we could fast forward this right now.
I have an idea, and I get out my multi-purpose tool, and I transform it into a pinwheel. I'm trying to make it into a toy.
Okay, I believe you can, as an artificer first level, I'm pretty sure you could just create little
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, okay. So I get out just whatever bits and bobs are in my pockets, and I, cobble them together, and I create a little toy car.
Just zips around
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
I do a little, I guess I'd use like prestidigitation or something to enchant it with little like sparks and like it
Okay.
zips around. And then I turn back. Miss Flea, was it? This is what I was getting at, and I show her the little toy car, and I set it down, snap my fingers, and it starts zipping around the table.
Oh, a fun little toy car.
Yes, I would love. There's not many, as far as I know. I would love to open a toy store for the children.
Okay, so not an artistic stationery shop.
We'll sell, birthday cards and
Okay.
anniversary invitation, whatever it may be. That will be part of the business venture.
Okay, I am more than happy to get that message out for you. May I offer some insight, though, Mr. von Kierstein? Mr. Octavius is a very busy individual who works very high up in the government. I
course.
don't know if he's going to be very interested in a toy shop.
Okay, this is something that I have established is all of my handiwork has a little engraving that I put on everything. It's basically LVK, but they're all like within a circle.
Yeah.
So it's like, it looks almost like a clock.
Nice little logo.
Yeah. And I have that engraved on this car. And I say, if you could do that for me, miss, send this with that message. Make sure it's pointed out the logo on top of the car.
Okay. I can definitely get this message to him, sir.
Thank you.
It will take me a couple of days to get that message. I cannot promise a response.
You've been much more helpful than anyone yet, so that's you're doing all you can. Thank
I'm
you.
happy to do so. It is a silver piece for the postage and everything. And of course there is the gold piece for our services.
Oh, that's fine. I give her 2 gold pieces and just keep
Thank
the
you very
change
much,
for
sir.
yourself.
As you guys kind of walk away, you see her kind of pack up everything. You write down a nice little message and everything for her, and she's off to deliver it.
Okay.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to do?
Is there like a public business records, like library, I guess, quote unquote?
Yeah, here at the Business Association, there would be some general public information.
I'm going to go look up anything I can about my own business.
Okay, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Okay.
You head to the back room where there are dozens and dozens of filing cabinets.
That is almost a nat 20. That's a 23.
Okay, 23. You work through the filing cabinets. You finally get to the L's,
Mhm.
and you find Lauren von Kierstein. It is a lot smaller than you were expecting.
What do I find?
As you open it up, it's very much like Lauren von Kierstein is the founder and creator of Gifted Gears, the inventor of the automatons, but ever since his disappearance 5 years ago, it has been underneath the ownership and authority of Rogi.
Interesting.
Do you tell me that?
Yeah, I mean, you're with me, so obviously we're looking at it together.
It's saying that this business has been under his ownership for the past 5 years?
Oh, 6 actually.
6 years under Rogi.
Yes, that's what intrigues me, is how long were we in the Emerald Plains? A year?
A year.
That
So
means
that means he had to have come back
he
and
was
altered it to
doing
retroactively show
this-
himself to be the owner.
Yes. He was
Or
either
he's
doing
been
this
the owner the whole time.
while he was in my employ, or he came back while we were gone and did something to, like you said, retroactively alter this. Albeit likely illegally, but, you know, it's Peak City. There's ways to do things. I'm going to look up
Ways to do
things. That's right.
You
How
bet
true
your
that
sweet
is.
Bippy there is.
Maybe like a t-shirt with like the outline of the mountain and the city. It's like Peak City.
Ways to do
Ways
things.
to do things. There's ways to do things.
Sing Obi-Wan Kenobi. These are not the ways
Ways
to do things.
Guys, these are some fantastic merch
They're
ideas.
great. They're great. I'm going to go look up a file for Rogi.
Okay. Give me another investigation check.
19.
You start investigating Rogi in specific, and you find nothing. Not a single mention of his name outside of your own file.
While he's doing that, Rorik is going to be looking up Clockworkman.
Okay.
Is
Give me an
there
investigation check.
what's the security like?
The security here?
Yeah.
There is security. You could see a couple of Peak's guardsmen. So
Mhm.
the obsidian black armor and the silver lining. It doesn't look like they're crazy. Where you're at right now is public records. So if you want to take anything out, you're going to have to file for it and stuff like that. But examining where you're at, there is no issue.
Are there guards watching?
Not watching your every move. No, you haven't done anything suspicious.
Well, first, Rorik, did you find anything?
Rorik got a 15 on that investigation check.
15. As you examine for clockwork men, you find that there's been a few businesses that have tried to kind of come up and match what Lauren has done, all during Lauren's time of running the business, but none of them were able to match the quality or efficiency of him. And so he's always just kind of dominated the market.
Okay. But the businesses have the various owners and whatnot listed.
Yep.
And is Lauren's name listed for Gifted Gears?
Yes, as its founder.
Okay. So that remains unchanged from Lauren.
Yep.
Okay. Does it list?
There's been no dispute that Lauren is the founder and creator of Gifted Gears.
But it doesn't say who the current or who the owner is.
No, not where you're looking.
So the only thing that says Rogi is the owner is in my file, essentially.
Here in like the public records.
Right. Rorik, how I know you're very handy with map making and your illustrations, and I kind of like whisper this. How good are you with forgeries?
I haven't tried forgeries.
Are you guys going to break the law?
That's illegal.
That's messed up.
Perhaps because this is the public records section, we might inquire as to whether or not they have more specific and more accurate
I'm
records.
disgusted.
Appalled.
I can't believe that we've been partying with
Lawbreakers.
criminals.
What are you thinking? Are you thinking
Well, they
more private records?
Yeah, if they have different, like more secured records about the
Transfer of ownership, essentially.
if there was an actual transfer of ownership, official transfer of ownership, because according to my understanding, if there were to be an official transfer of ownership, it would have to be at least signed by or listed in like a documentation, like a contingency document somewhere that it would transfer over to the named individual.
Can I investigate my file for any discrepancies or like forgeries or?
Yeah, sure. Give me another investigation check.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use my lucky trade on that because that was a nat 1. Much better. That's a 27.
As you look through it, you can't find anything that's been altered, like on this page in specific, or really anything that contradicts each other. Based off of everywhere you've gone and the people you've asked questions to, everything seems to be lining up.
Okay, so somehow he was able to transfer ownership of my business to himself without me present. From what I do know, there is some sort of contingency based on if the owner of a business is absent for an extended period of time, ownership can then transfer by proxy. But like you said, someone would have to have officiated that transfer of ownership. He couldn't just come in here and transfer it to himself.
This is Brayden talking. When we were in Hero's Hold, he said that he already had lined it up with Gorehand when you had gone missing.
Right.
So did Gorehand actually like file the paperwork and have it sent over to all of the other places, or is that what this journey is him going to the various states?
I think that's what we had gathered, is that he was going to each individual city and town that I had a shop in, and in person transferring ownership there, because that's what he did in Journey's End.
I'm kind of curious. Rorik is going to walk over to the secured record. Is there a secure records clerk or something like that?
Not here on this floor. It's in a separate like floor. So you'd have to like get permission.
Is that something that so I'd have to even get to that desk, I would have to have permission?
Exactly.
Who do we need to talk to for that?
You can talk to Flea maybe.
Just don't call her Flayer.
Flayer. I'm gonna walk back over to Flea and Flea.
Yes.
By chance, might we gain access to the more secured records?
Only if you're like a recognized member of the business association. Mr. Lauren, as since you've no longer been a member for several years, you're going to have to give us another business proposal and business license in order to gain any of those records. And even then, it may not be approved because you have to be a higher member of the association to gain access to private records.
Of course.
Miss Flea,
Yes.
if I may. Again, this is not a revenge plot. This is just to figure out what had happened. To be perfectly honest, Mr. Van Kierstein and I, as well as a few other individuals, we went on a journey that please hold. I need to word this accurately and understand with Mr. Kierstein what we can and cannot reveal.
Okay.
Yes.
Should we or should we not be telling people that we've been to the Emerald Plains? Is that something that is controversial?
I don't see why it would be. I mean, people may think us crazy to go there, but I don't see why it would be controversial. It's not like it's illegal to go to the Emerald Plains.
It would explain things, but I'm not sure if people here would take it as seriously as people in Heroes Hold.
I mean, I assume at this point, everyone had heard like everyone at this point has probably heard that the wall is down, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That is common
Yeah,
knowledge.
that's like,
Okay.
I mean, it's been what,
5 years.
5 years since that
Well,
happened?
6 now.
6
yeah,
years?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So, what if you were to phrase it as we ventured slightly into the Emerald Plains to
We went in, but only
only just a
bit.
little bit to
Only a smidge.
see if there's any danger beyond the wall. At this point, she knows that we're adventurers. I mean, it's
That's fair.
it's
It's kind of
obvious.
apparent based off what
Yes.
we look like.
Yes.
Okay. Miss Flea, to be perfectly honest, the reasoning why, and this is, I needed to understand because I wasn't sure what people would think about the Emerald Plains. In order to understand Heroes Hold, which is where one of Mr. von Kirstein's branches had been, and what dangers might be encroaching upon his business there, we had to venture into the Emerald Plains.
Oh, wow. You guys managed to survive.
We did,
Indeed.
by some miracle of the gods.
Very much so. If you guys have stories, proof, or anything like that, there are a lot of researchers and business individuals that would love to publish those or sell those.
We actually brought somebody who had been trapped on the Emerald Plains back with us by the name of Euliant. I forget what his last name was.
He never gave it.
D's.
By Mr. Euliant. He was a resident of Peak City, and had been lost by his account for several years on the Emerald Plains. He is a bard who studied here in this city, and he has a very detailed account of what he encountered and the moment that he met us.
Well, you have a lot of information that probably sell very well.
Yes, the reasoning I'm telling you all of this is because by our account it was only a few months. To everybody outside of the Emerald Plains, we were gone for over a year, during which time all of Mr. von Kirstein's assets had been forged and taken away from him.
I disagree, Mr. Rorik. Mr. von Kirstein, as you're aware, business law in the world of adventurers kind of tends to be a little different, since adventurers are known to disappear and or die if they're either gone for an extended period of time or there's reasonable belief that they have deceased on the trail of adventure. It goes on to the next possible owner of the shop, or next of kin, if there are any. So as you may be aware, since you disappeared for an extensive period of time and even went into the Emerald Plains, legally everything does belong to Mr. Rogi.
I do have two follow-up questions, if I may.
Go for it.
One, the public records of his business show that Rogi has not been the owner for just 1 year, but for several years, which is incorrect because
It's inconsistent with. I was running my shop well before we went into the Emerald Plains.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not very familiar with your case, Mr. Lauren. You're lucky that I know as much as I do. I'd have to do some investigating myself.
Now, my second question is there any contingency where if an owner has been declared deceased, the transfer has been completed, but the original owner shows back up?
It is a bit of a difficult conundrum, that's for sure. We have had individuals resurrected in the past, and it's kind of a iffy situation, and it depends. So you could try to argue it and stuff, but as of right now, Rogi is the owner.
There's no real contingency for that?
I'm sure there is. I'm sure we could find a lawman who would argue the case with the business council.
You see, that's why we came to you, to see if there was any way we could look at the more private records, to see if there was any tampering with the historic ownership of at least the shop here in Peak City.
Listen, I'm happy to open an investigation case, but again, Mr. Lauren, I cannot offer you any quick results.
Of course, that's understandable. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. And
course.
I understand we've been asking a lot of you on things that are very specific in a world that can only be understood in a vague way. Thank you for your time.
Of course.
Lauren, I'm sorry I kind of domineered on that. Do you have any other business?
No, and I just turn around and walk out.
Well, I'm happy to be of assistance. You guys have a great day.
Thank you, Miss Flea.
I'm surprised you guys went as in deep into the freaking bureaucracy as you guys have.
Hey, you give me some bureaucracy, I'm gonna milk it, man.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna cut
Hey,
through
this
all
is
that
what our
red tape.
listeners want, right?
More bureaucracy.
More bureaucracy.
Anyways, we're now going to spend the rest of the episode gambling.
Gambling.
All right, now that we got work out of the way, let's go have some
Woo,
fun.
time to get some gambling.
So, I mean, realistically, how quickly would Octavius receive that message?
So let's look at it this way. Modern days,
yeah.
like today, if I were to try and go through what we're doing, it would probably still take days, if not weeks.
yeah.
Imagine not having telecommunication or effective mailing systems and stuff of like middle-ish ages. Yeah, you have some magic and stuff like that. It's going to take a long.
Also, he has the massive stack of inbox notifications he has to go through
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he is the advisor, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's not
Yeah.
exactly going to be quick. The options you guys have taken may work, but it is not a fast solution.
I'm gonna run back inside real quick. Miss, really
If
quick.
you
Sorry.
want a fast solution, we'll see about that.
Okay.
Hear me out. Let me cook. Let me cook. Let me cook.
Thank you. Have a nice day. All right, now down business.
I'm gonna run back in and say, Miss Flea,
Yes.
might you have heard of a Drainer Red Gold in the city?
She kind of sits there. It's like, I'm not familiar with that case or that business, sir. I apologize. Once again, you're lucky I know as much about your case as I do.
Yes, thank you. I'm gonna run to the public. Well, I'm blanking on the word. The public documents section, whatever, and I'm gonna look up Red Gold in
Okay.
there.
Give me an investigation check.
Last ditch effort. That's a 27.
27. As you go through it, you do find an old business that's since gone out of business called Drainor's Funding. This is hundreds of years ago. And it's basically like, are your funds drained? Call Draenor.
Just Drano.
So cheesy. Is there a number on there?
Like
Well,
a phone number?
Oh, obviously not a phone number, but like, is
A
there
sending card.
does it
Is
have
there?
like, yeah, like a business address?
It does, but once again, this is hundreds of years ago
Right.
and the business no longer exists.
Have you been in a recent wagon accident? You might be
Better
entitled.
call
It's my
Draenor.
money and I need it now.
So good. Okay. It's a start. I'm gonna I'll walk back out and just let Rorik know I looked up Red Gold and he's not. I mean, he had a business from hundreds of years ago that was likely something that he similar to what he's doing today, but it is odd that that business was hundreds of years ago. It begs the question, how is he still around?
I mean, he is an elf.
Oh, that's true. I guess I forgot he was an elf.
I don't know if he's just a regular human. Then I'm not. I just have no idea. But
Oh, wait.
What?
He's an elf.
oh, that makes sense. You should have started with that.
That makes sense. At this point, I'm going to start walking to just... Honestly, I'm just going to start walking.
All right.
Because I'm like...
Just start walking.
leave.
I'm just like in my thoughts, just trying to figure out what in the crap to even do. So I just
Lord,
start
maybe we
walking
run
off.
into them.
Lauren is like water. He travels downhill.
Yes. I go where the wind takes me.
Okay. So you're
Hot
gonna
rod falls
Yeah.
downhill.
you're gonna start walking off on your own. Rorik, are you gonna tag along, or are you and Rico gonna go elsewhere?
Oh yeah, Rico's here.
Yeah. He just hangs out with us.
Rico just got like a minor in like law or something.
Yeah, I'm surprised I've had to jump out as much legalese as I don't even know. You know?
Yeah. No, so- yeah, Lauren is just walking downhill, and then I just hear,
That was intense, my lord.
"Oh, Rico, you're
liege.
still here! Oh my goodness, you've been
I am-
fantastic at being quiet.
I am always here, my lord. I am ever present.
You are one of the most loyal, reliable people I have ever met. Thank you for sticking with us despite this."
Rico, without a single word, just hugs you, and he says, "You mean everything to me."
Oh. Oh.
He's like,
He leaves and there's like a stain
Yeah,
of his
the-
body.
Like as he pulls his face away, your shirt and armor just kind of sticks to him for a little bit, and then like finally pulls away.
Pops off.
like sap.
Ew.
Yeah, you too, buddy. You too.
It
And I pat him
feels-
on the head.
your
and
hand's a little
pull my
wet.
hand off.
His hair kind of sticks straight up. It's like,
I'll get used to this.
it feels very nice to be appreciated, my lord.
All right, let's. I think Lauren's in a low place. Let's go and try and support him a little more, okay?
From a distance or up close, I can support him in many ways.
I'm still not sure myself. Hey, Lauren. You good?
Not really.
I want to support you, my lord.
Thank you, Rico.
How may I push against you so you are more better supported?
I don't think it's like
Is that not how you support people?
not
It's
physical
like got the
support. It's
knives.
more emotional. We'll teach you about emotions a little more, okay?
Again, you can reach out emotionally as a free action.
It's a free action. Yeah. At this point, Lauren's just like hands in his pockets, just looking down.
Kicks a pebble.
I don't know.
Aw,
I don't
shucks.
have anything.
He's just like walking down the street, thinking and pondering and just processing. Because he really hasn't had time to process what all is going on.
There's a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah.
Rorik is gonna follow behind a little bit, and then after a few minutes, he's gonna run to catch up and walk side by side.
You guys are just gonna kind of walk
Meander.
next to each other for a little bit. So, we'd like to bring the party back together a little bit. But first, Lauren and Rorik, roll a d12 for me.
Oh my. Oh my. 12.
A natural 12?
Yeah, dude. That's like the nat 20 of the D12.
That's really
It gains you nothing.
I got a supernatural 8.
Oh, supernatural.
Because I'm cheese.
Oh.
Anyway.
Anyways, you guys walk down the street heading towards where your business was. As you get a little bit closer, the streets become a little bit familiar. You remember the times that you used to walk down these roads with your son, the times you took him to work with you and show him what you did, the moments your wife would come by with different lunches while you were busy.
Whoa!
Just all the positive memories. As you come to the door of the building that was once your shop, you find that it's nothing more than a flower shop now.
Is this building special to you?
Yes, this was my first shop. This is where it all started.
I can't imagine what you're going through, Lauren. I'm sorry. Like, this is...
Yes. Thank you. I'm gonna walk into the flower shop.
You walk in. It smells just as fragrant as the palace gardens did when you were up there. This is a pretty nicer neighborhood compared to like the wall districts of the city. And so they have a lot of open concepts, very open space between different rows of flowers. They have the different meanings of each flower. And there appears to be a pretty elderly dwarven woman running the shop.
Kill her.
No.
Sorry.
No,
Sorry. Wrong
jeez,
character.
no.
Wrong character.
Whoa.
I can't be around dwarves. I'm sorry.
Control
I
Z,
can't.
Control
I
Z,
can't-
Control
I gotta
Z.
get out of here. I gotta get out of here. I
Get
can't
out,
be
get
around
out,
dwarves.
get out, get out. Alt F4, Alt F4, Alt F4. Undo. I'll walk up to her and say, "Good afternoon, ma'am."
Oh, hello there, Sonny.
Kill her. I take it back.
How can I be of assistance today?
How long has this shop been here?
Oh, a few years now. The last shop, unfortunately, something happened to the owner, and the family moved away, and of course, nothing else could be done. And now, it's where I call home.
Of course. And how long have you been here?
Oh, like I said, just a couple of years, maybe.
Of course. Okay. Can you enlighten me on what each of these flowers mean? They seem to be categorized in some fashion.
Of course. We have them in just alphabetical order of the flower names right now, so you can find the ones you're looking for easily. Is there a bouquet you're trying to make with a specific meaning?
Do you have any lotus flowers?
I do.
How much?
Oh, it's a silver piece for a few of them.
I'll take as much as a gold piece will buy me.
I'll give you a whole bunch of them then.
Thank you.
She kind of wraps them all up, puts a nice little bow on them, and says, "Is there a message you'd like to put on them? I'm very gifted in calligraphy."
Could you just put for Calandra?
Of course.
Thank you.
She kind of pulls out a nice little card and beautiful cursive writes out for Calandra on it and tucks it into the ribbon.
Thank you. You've been a pleasure, and I leave a gold piece on the table for her.
Before you leave, she says, "Is everything okay, young man? Something seems weighing on your mind."
Yes, I'm the owner of the shop that used to be here.
Oh.
This was my livelihood. This was where I raised my family and where my essentially my life started. And I've returned after an extended period to find it all taken down and destroyed by one who I thought was a close associate of mine.
Sounds like a nightmare, young man.
It is, yes. But it's people like you that make it a little bit easier, so thank you very much.
Will you stay here for just a moment?
Of course.
She kind of walks to the back of the store and she kind of digs around for a while.
And pulls out the deed to the original.
It was there the whole time.
And she comes back and she says, "This right here is a golden lizard. And it's a beautiful, like, yellowish flower with some tints of white to it." And she tucks it in with the rest of the flowers and she says, "It's a symbol of good memories."
Thank you. Thank you. And for the first time in 5-6 years, Lauren starts to tear up.
As Lauren tries to tear up, he remembers that his body cannot produce tears.
And he does all he can to just brush it off. And he says, "Ma'am, you've been a bright light in a dark day. Thank you."
She kind of like comes up to you, like kind of the little like old lady waddle.
Shuffles
And she
up.
just like kind of wraps you in her arms.
Thank you.
And she goes, "Oh, my young man, there's still plenty of time left for things to turn okay. The thing about nightmares is even though they are horrible while you're in them, you usually wake up."
Usually.
I
She grows massive teeth.
You
Chomps down.
unfortunately will not be waiting.
You are the exception.
I truly hope that I eventually wake up from this nightmare. Thank you. And I walk out.
Well, if you ever need help remembering the good times, always come back here. I'll always make sure you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. And so I walk out and I go behind the shop. So this is a little lore backstory. I don't know that you would know this. But behind the shop there was a garden with like a bench and a nice willow tree. Kind of like in like Mulan, that like bench that they sit on. It's cherry blossom, but it's a willow in this case.
You head back there, and most of it is now just the flower garden where she grows
Okay.
all of her flowers.
Okay. Is the bench still there?
The bench is still there.
Okay. And I go and I sit down on the bench and I place the flowers there. And Lauren just breaks down as much as he can without, being able to, really.
Rourke and Rico are going to stay out, off to the side, not entering the little garden area.
Yeah. And he just starts sobbing a tearless cry.
We're going to let Lauren sit for a bit. We're going to return back to Scheme
He's
and
resting.
Corliss.
Dude, I can't believe we got platinum.
Honestly, probably the best day ever.
Yeah, this has been such a stellar
so
day.
much fun.
Oh my gosh.
All
And
right.
like, did you see the look on her face when you showed her all that gold?
She was all like, thank you.
Have some.
Have some money. Oh, it was great.
Take some tea.
All right,
That
Rico,
was-
you see, that right there is a broken man.
Remember when we lied to that guy?
Yeah, dude. We
He's
told
like-
him all about Zingus.
Zingus what an idiot.
Oh my gosh. We're like skipping hand in
That guy's
hand.
probably having the worst day out of anybody.
Dude, that's great. That, you're
This is the worst
absolutely
thing
right.
that's ever happened here.
Talk about whiplash.
Dude, I bet you that they might be back at the palace. You want to go to the
I
palace?
bet they figured something out and
Yeah.
have like actually advanced the story.
Yeah, no, I think so too. You want to go back there
Yeah,
and see
let's
if
go.
they're there?
Let's go see what's up.
Yeah. We're at the palace.
You're skipping the whole way.
Yeah.
Do. You can skip the entire way to the palace.
One level of exhaustion.
The skipping uphill is exhausting.
I believe we got cabs of
it's brutal.
steel
Yeah,
now.
I was gonna say, level of exhaustion.
By the time that you guys get up to the palace, your thighs are absolutely
Massive.
insane.
You're just
Call me
you.
rugby player Corliss.
yeah, no, you've got like 4 knees per leg.
Ooh. Emphasis on quads.
Okay, you guys make it all the way back up to the grand gate of the palace.
Did we make
I
it?
don't see them.
At this point, like, the sun is starting to set.
Do you want to just go home?
Here, I don't know. I have an idea. I walk up to the palace.
The gate, you mean?
Yeah, to the gate.
You approach the gate. After a few moments, that same guard comes walking back out,
Long shift.
Long day.
and he's like, "It's you guys again."
Yeah, no, we just we kind of toured the city. I wanted to also provide Peak City Palace and security personnel because you and I are like-minded individuals. My name is Corliss. I am one of the remaining members of the Dragon's Cavalry. And I know that obviously kind of old news that the wall has fallen at this point, but we do have an update that is not very good news that we're trying to let all of the rulers and important people know about, because we are seeking some help, and I wanted to make sure that the Emperor was aware and is involved.
You're a member of the Wall, the Dragon's Cavalry?
Yes, that is correct.
Do you know Ms. Retz?
I do remember Eliza, a human. She was a quiet and she's gifted, but quiet and kind of a lonesome ranger. But she was a member.
She's an old friend. Maybe you want to track it down.
Oh, I would love that. Is she in the city?
Last time I checked, she was in one of the inns. She's a bit of a drunk these days.
Ooh.
Who among us
Imagine
isn't?
falling into an addiction.
I never, not in a million years.
whether it be drugs,
Gambling.
Gambling. Gambling isn't an addiction.
That's a life choice.
Yeah, it's
I can stop
way of
whenever I want
life.
to.
It's a means of income.
So close to a win. I can do it.
Well, that is very good to know. Thank you so much. Is there any way? Because this is a matter of national security, quite literally, and I'm, and I do have an update, and I do need to get this to the Emperor. This urgent. Probably not. I'll be straightforward with you. The emergency is approaching at a slow pace, but it is my job as member of the Dragon's Cavalry to give updates to the realm as needed. An update is overdue, and we do need to get that taken care of.
Well, I do hope you know that if anyone was going to provide updates on the Wall or the Dragon's Cavalry, the Warrior Queen herself would be here.
She would. However, she is definitely preoccupied with all the work that she's been doing. And the general, and I also kind of like flashed the pendant from General Dekalik, and I just let him know, has appointed me with his last dying breaths to oversee operations there. Operations have since essentially ceased as they have been overrun.
Give me a persuasion check.
Woo! 18? No, 7.
Can I,
Vastly
can I-
different.
can I, can I assist him?
Yeah, give him an advantage.
Yeah, you should listen to him.
Roll one more time.
Gets worse.
Oh my god! That's what
With
I'm
the
talking
power of
about.
ski.
Power of ski.
You should
He's
listen
just
to
like
him.
fiddling with like his like robes or whatever for a bit. And he's just like, huh? Oh yeah, he's telling the truth.
Tips his top
You
hat.
know, when you say something, I want to hurt myself, but when he says it, it makes sense.
Very unconfident motivational speaker. Get off your bottom.
No.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
He sits there for a moment and he says, "Listen, I can only do so much. I'm happy to at least bring it up with the War Council."
That's all I'm asking. That would be great. Is there any kind of should I come back at another day? Is there should I wait for an update? I'm more than happy to work with whatever you can give me.
War Council meets in a couple of days. I'll be able to offer some insight and bring up some topics then. So meet me in 3 days.
Okay. And
I'll make sure I'm on shift.
is there any chance that I could potentially join in on this war council?
None.
Okay, that is okay. It's the best that we can do, and I'm willing to work with that. What's your name?
My name is Lind.
Lind. Thank you. You've been very helpful.
Of course.
All right, bye.
Mission accomplished. Cool. Yeah, got
That's
it.
something. Yeah. Want to go find a bar?
I've been waiting for you to ask.
Finally. If we can't gamble, let's drink.
I need to forget my gambling non-addiction.
Lind watches us skip down the stairs after national security.
We're just giggling and laughing as we go.
Skipping downhill is probably more dangerous.
Slow down.
Gotta live a little.
Yeah, if you trip down this hill, you may not stop. Several people have died.
I'm on my way currently.
Living in this city is dangerous.
Yes, very.
We've already seen like 3 different people just go sailing past us. If they can get the angle just right, they just never touch the never touch the road.
Keep rolling through the air.
There goes another one.
There goes our
We lost 3
female.
kings this way.
Every so often in the background, we just hear.
Better message down to the bottom of the hill.
Hey, listen, there's no
Expect
faster
another
way to
one.
deliver something, okay? You just strap it to a rock and roll it.
down.
You know those runaway like semi truck ramps that you find
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
like the back hills?
Yeah.
Just have those every so often.
It's just a pile up of people.
Dang, that's the highest one yet. Just see if you can like get over the wall or something like that. Okay, you guys are gonna go find a bar.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna skip back to Lauren here. Lauren, it's getting late. The sun is beginning to set. If you guys do want to stay in the mansion, you guys will probably want to meet up.
Yeah. So Lauren just finally getting through his emotional breakdown. He gets up. He leaves the flowers there and just says, I miss you, Cal. And he walks over to Rorik and he says, we should probably go find the others if we want to make it back to the mansion before dark.
Rico, every so often, a man needs a good cry. Oh, hey Lauren.
Hi.
What was it that you were saying?
We we should probably go find the other 2 and get back to the mansion to rest.
No, I think that's a good plan. I am a bit tired, so yeah. Let's,
Indeed.
Uphill. All right, let's go back to the mansion.
It's all uphill.
That's fair.
I know Scheme was mentioning wanting to find a bar, so I'd say that's...
Hey guys.
And there he goes.
Should we?
And then I'm just like sprinting.
Should we follow him?
Let's go. And I just dive and start rolling. No, I'm kidding.
The boys are back
No.
in town. The boys are back.
I would just... Is there like one main like tavern in the city?
Peak City has a lot of taverns.
Okay.
A lot of
Real
drunks.
quick, though, before you leave,
Yep.
as you're standing up with the flowers on the bench and
Mhm.
everything, you do notice a faint carving at the base of the tree that you had there. It has the lore plus Cal.
Oh.
However, you notice something different. There's a small arrow carved in it pointing downwards.
Hey, hang on, Rorik, hang on. And I'm going to go over and I'm just going to pull out my tool and make it a shovel and start digging away.
You start digging a little bit. After you go a few inches in, you do find a small tin box.
Well, Lauren, you're just digging up this lady's flower garden. What are you doing?
No, come over here.
What?
Come over here. Do you see this carving?
Yeah, it looks like.
That's me.
Is it
and-
pointing to something?
Well, me and my wife made that carving when we were first married. This was our bench. We would come here every night to watch the sun set, and we made this carving one night, but this arrow was not here.
Rico, this is what adults call romance.
Understood. I never knew romance was carved into trees.
This is an example of something that can be. I'll teach you about this later.
Go.
Okay.
I would love
Hurt
for you to
foliage.
teach me about romance, my lord.
That's,
Are you gonna teach a child about romance?
About romance.
There's so many things wrong with this. And all right, okay.
Anyway.
Lauren, continue. Sorry, what was?
And there's this curious little box. And
How
I
big
o-
is this tin?
It's like a matchbox, very small.
And I open it up.
You try to open it up, but you can tell that there is some abjuration magic on it.
I'll just take some time and I guess I'd cast Identify.
Do we want to try and go find the others, and we can like investigate this box as we go? Because we can cast ritual magic while just walking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
I'd allow it.
let's go. Is there any, do I see anything else around there?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I'll fill the hole back up and get up, and as I get up I just place my hand on the heart and walk away.
You guys leave the area. So this is where things get a little bit difficult because there are lots and lots of taverns here in Peak City.
Right.
You guys are at the one I'm assuming that's closest to the palace,
Makes sense.
and you guys are a bit of a ways away from there.
The last place that we saw the others was up near the palace.
True.
Yeah,
Do we, want
had,
to try
we
and
had
go
gone.
back to that spot, see if maybe they've been waiting for us?
I know Scheme had mentioned wanting to go to a tavern.
Oh,
and
did he?
You know Scheme. He gets his way. And so
I don't.
A religious diva.
I do know of a couple. I do know of a couple bars near the council chamber where they left. So let's at least head that direction.
Okay. Meanwhile, Corliss and Scheme, you guys find the
I
nearest.
slam into the door for the bar going 30-something miles an hour.
Bam! He dies.
Like a comet.
He immediately dies.
Yes, just lizard splattered all over.
Okay, you guys approach the nearest tavern. It is called Fight or Flight.
I just had some weird premonition. I think we should go in.
Okay.
Okay, you guys walk into Fight or Flight. It looks like it has the scars of an old, beat up place, but being nearest to the palace and some of the upper districts and stuff, it seems like it's turning around to be a nicer and nicer place. Where it used to be very much Fight or Flight, now it's like a good, just tavern bar.
So where they used to have, I don't know, a rough bar where people would get mad and fight each other, they have like karaoke night, or is it like slam poetry night?
No, it's more like trivia night.
Oh
Okay?
my god!
I too like to
Trivia
slap
night?
boxes.
It is trivia night.
Are we gonna do another side quest?
We're gonna do another side quest. Let's see if we get another platinum piece.
fast.
Oh no, I gotta pull up trivia.
Hey, is this yet another thing we can gamble on?
I choose.
There's rewards.
I have
Peak City
500 gold
history.
pieces to throw away.
I choose Peak City history for 400.
I know nothing about Peak City.
I don't know. I'll figure. I'll Google it.
I'll choose the wall for 400.
Do you guys actually want to participate in trivia night?
What's the competition look like?
Give me an insight check.
They're all orphans.
They're all orphans. 18.
I give you help. Nat 20. I return the favor, boy.
9.
Nice.
We'll stick with the 18.
Okay, you examine them. You look. It looks like there's only 3 people participating right now. 3 pairs.
Okay.
Oh,
We got this, we
we're
got
in
this.
pairs.
Oh, it's couples trivia.
Notes. It's
So we'll
couples
see how this
trivia.
goes.
Welcome to Fight or Flight. We're having couples trivia night.
Couple of
I
besties.
lose my mind. I'm like, whoa!
I'm the calm stoic one.
And I get all flustered.
Sorry, but I just lost my mind looking at Dev and say, "I'm the calm."
Stoic one.
I can't.
What do female kobolds look like?
Just kobolds.
They're just kobolds. But
He's
they
got-
have
he's got pink on his hat.
golden locks of hair though.
Imagine
Exact same.
Southern Belle.
Imagine Scheme with a bad wig.
They all look like they're wearing terrible wigs, but that's just natural.
Anyways, in order to participate, you do have to write down your couple name.
Oh wait, it is actually couples night.
It is now.
Oh my gosh.
Cream.
Cream.
Cream. Cream.
It's a scream.
Nope, we're cream.
We're cream.
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 Okay, cream it is.
Cream.
Welcome to Trivia Night. As we're jumping into the trivia questions here, these are all things that should be able to be answered in my document that I sent you guys at the very beginning of the campaign.
Which we all definitely read.
You can rely on history checks, but I can't guarantee that you will succeed. Okay? So, I will allow you to do one of 2 things for each question. Either number 1, I will set a timer for you guys to try and find answers in the document, or you can just roll a history check.
Okay.
Okay? That sound fair?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
I'm pulling up the document right now.
I will say I don't want just control F.
Oh,
Okay?
I literally just typed control.
I know. Okay? So,
Okay, just so everybody knows, this is a 28-page document that James wrote.
it is a summarization of all past campaigns.
Oh my gosh.
So there
I'm
are.
relying on history checks now.
Yeah.
Also, all of this lore document with some exceptions, can be found on the website.
Yep. ExtremeAdvantage.com without the starting
Oh
E.
my gosh. Get on
Let's get started.
Okay, there are 5 questions. All of them can be answered in the Google Doc. Moderately difficult history checks involved, of course. The grand prize will be 300 gold pieces.
Easy.
So the announcer gets up and he starts asking questions, and he goes, question number 1. Who is the war hero turned villain that blinded the emperor and embedded his sword in the grand statue?
Jamie Lannister.
Ah.
I know this, but I don't know this.
Do you?
Okay,
What's your
do
history
you want to
modifier?
search the document?
+3.
Let's roll.
Okay. We're rolling the dice. Wait, I have proficiency. What's yours?
-1.
Do you have proficiency? No. So I think we still have better odds for you to roll twice with me helping you than me to roll once with a +3.
All right. Okay. I'm down with that.
Send it.
All right. Thank you, sweetheart.
Of course.
Of course.
Babe.
So that's a unnatural 1.
Good. 0. I'm helping you.
And that's a 12.
Okay. You think about it, and I'll make this a multiple choice question for you of some of the war heroes that you know of, okay?
And this is somebody who killed a person and buried a sword
No,
in a statue?
no. The war hero turned villain that blinded the emperor and embedded his sword in the grand statue.
Okay.
Okay.
I vaguely remember this from the past campaign.
yeah. His
sword
is still here.
Yeah, it's still embedded in the statue.
Okay. Let's hear the.
Okay. So we have first and foremost, Gordon Ramsay.
That might be it. That might be it.
No.
Scheme goes to raise his hand.
No, sweetheart. No.
Okay. After Gordon Ramsay, we have Ash Carito
I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
and Renner Zanad. Those are your
That's
3
not-
choices.
That's right. I like the third one. Yeah.
Third one. Renner's an odd.
number 3, my
Okay. Locking in Renner Zanad.
Lock it in. Lock it in.
Lock it in. Lock it in. Lock it in. Lock it in. Lock it in. Just lock it in.
If you are ever confused about our quotes, watch Auntie Donna.
Are
Only
you
with
aware,
parental supervision.
Are you aware of the power of shadows?
Okay, I'm gonna roll a d4 to see how many other couples get it right.
Okay.
Oh, we got it
Other
right.
couples get it right?
Okay, total of 3 couples got it right because you guys are one of them. Okay, so there's 4 couples total, and there are 3 who have one
point.
correct
Okay,
answer.
okay.
So there's just one outlier who are just stupid.
So, oh no!
Imagine not knowing that it was Renner's an odd.
I can't say that.
All right. Question number 2. Which legendary explorer is known to have discovered Svekken's Tower in the Tomb Desert?
Svekken's Tower. I mean,
We did in a previous
in
life.
a previous life.
You guys have been there, but you
But
weren't
we
the
didn't
ones to discover it.
Do you want to search document or do you want to roll?
Let's roll the dice.
All right.
Let's roll
So,
the dice.
Scheme, this is a Tomb Desert based question, so I will give you advantage on the history check for this one.
I'm gonna roll the dice.
Yeah, but I'm going to give you disadvantage. Because I'm not proficient.
Just poke him in the side so he doesn't think.
I assist, but I'm not proficient, so
He's
it's just
gonna
bad.
assist me. Ah, nuts. 5 and a 9.
5 and a 9. Okay.
Crap.
I am going.
Roll the dice. I'm using my magic.
Would you like to use your fate points?
No, get out of here.
Oh, you're gonna do wild or
I'm gonna use my Tides of Chaos again because I
Yeah,
still
yeah.
haven't cashed them in.
you're gonna have disadvantage on the next one because you've already used them
What?
on the next wild magic surge.
Okay. It's all for the sake of 300 gold.
We just got a platinum piece.
8! Wait, no, I can roll it a couple times.
Oh my gosh.
18.
Hey, that's pretty good. Okay.
Okay.
I'll give you 2 choices. Okay.
Okay.
It is either Sorbel Sackle or Seize.
Sorbel Sackle.
it's Sorbel Sack.
Okay, you're locking in Sorbel Sackle?
Lock it in.
Log it in.
Lock it in.
All right. Same 3 couples got it right, including you guys. All right.
One couple wife was so stupid. We're bonding over
Dude, that couple's getting torn apart.
Okay.
the wife is beating the husband.
Husband is in tears.
He's like, I thought it was that way. I'm sorry.
Sorry. You're the stupid husband. Stupidest, most worst husband. My mother was right.
My husband is
I should have
so
married David.
stupid.
Should have married that Goliath.
Your brother was always so much better.
This man's getting torn apart.
Okay. Question number 3. Who is the founder of the House of Silence?
You know?
Ooh. Yeah. I think it's worth rolling dice for.
Okay, I thought you had something there.
Well, I know I remember that I've heard the name.
Okay, I'm gonna help you.
Okay.
Projecting knowledge.
All right. With a -1, that is going to be 7 and
Please roll better.
5. Well, I think I'll still recognize the name. I hope.
Okay, you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna give you several answers. Okay. You know, the higher you get, fewer answers I give you. Okay. So we're going to have Kane Baxter, Gordon Ramsay,
I'm pretty sure it's still not that one.
Renner Zanad again,
Oh.
Elena von Grenstel, and last answer is Theo Silence.
Can't be that last one.
Too obvious.
Gordon Ramsay.
No.
I'm pretty sure it's the last one.
Babe, if you're feeling it, just know the down payment on the house depends on this.
We'll be fine. I promise. We put all of our life savings in this. This is go big or go home, right?
All right, babe, we're rock steady.
All right.
I don't see this tearing us apart at all.
Cream.
Okay. You locking in Theo Silence?
Yeah.
Hoo-hoo. Trick question.
Crap.
Kane Baxter is the one who founded it for Theo Silence. It is named after Theo Silence.
I'm gonna slowly slide a knife into Corliss.
I will accept the knife.
Real quick, because that is a trick question. Only one other couple got it right.
Was it the dumb couple?
Yes.
No.
Oh, no, that's good. That's good. That means
Yeah,
we're
everyone's still tied.
Yeah, but they're just so dumb. Like, how did they get that one right?
Because everyone was like, "Oh, it's Theo Silence," obviously, so they picked the wrong answer, and it was the right answer.
Oh man.
Okay. Question number 4. What was Peak City's previous name?
Stupid land. What'd you say?
Deke Diddy.
Oh my god. I sure hope it wasn't Diddy.
I'm helping you. I'm helping you.
Okay, you want me to roll again? All right, I'm rolling the dice.
Bottom green.
That was an unnatural 1.
Do better.
Roll again.
And that was a natural 1.
Oh my god!
Why are you having that with a -1 roll?
Devin, would you like to at least roll once?
Sure.
I zoned out for this one. Sorry, babe.
8.
8?
Lock it in, Deke Diddy.
Deke Diddy? You're locking in Deke
With
Diddy.
an 8, with a 1, a 0, and an 8.
We're quickly becoming that couple
Yep.
scheme. We can't do
Okay.
this.
Deke Diddy is not the correct answer.
You locked it
Whoa! The correct answer was the City of Liberty. Only one of the couples that has gotten correct answers has gotten that one right.
We're down by 1.
You are down by 1 right now, which means you have to get this last question right to even tie. Okay.
Go time.
Easy.
Question number 5. Who was the first Emerald hero to become deified by the goddess Cassiope?
Alexander.
What?
You just lock that in, Alexander?
That's a buzzer sound.
Nope, don't touch that. Do you actually know that?
No. No. Do you want me to? You want to help?
There's an emerald hero that became a dragon, or was a dragon, no, or was trained by a dragon.
No.
There's her mother was a dragon.
Yes.
There. How to Train Your Dragon.
Do you want me to roll again?
Roll the dice.
I've never seen you in so much pain.
Just roll those stupid things.
6.
Ethan. Guys, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. It's been so much fun.
You are literally gambling right now.
Hey,
Devin,
Ethan,
would you like to try?
this is how I felt at the Coliseum.
Only I'm having more fun.
Would you like to try?
Oh, 18. I thought that was an 8. I thought that was another 8.
Okay. So there are 4 Emerald Heroes.
Right.
I'm going to narrow it down to 2 for you.
Okay.
It is either Fairbringer, the daughter of dragons and the founder of the Dragon's Cavalry, or Telric the Strong.
Deified by Kashioki,
Yep, the goddess of knowledge.
Fairbringer, or Telric the Strong.
If you want my input, I'm pretty sure it's Telric.
Lock it in.
Lock it in, Telric.
Telric. Lock it in.
Lock it in.
Whole DVD collection in my mouth.
All right. Everybody got that one right, including you guys.
That means we lost.
Yeah, that means we lost.
That means we lost. That's the worst win.
No, you tied, didn't you?
No, because if everybody
got
won,
it, and
then
they were ahead.
They,
Oh, yep.
they all stepped up one.
You're right. You lost.
Bonus question, bonus round.
I'd like to move to kill everybody in the room.
Okay, if that's the case, I do have
Yes.
a bonus question we can ask him.
Thrown into plot armor, plot armor.
Well, we clearly have our winner, but I kind of like the vibe of that couple. Let's give them one more
Cream
chance.
is pretty
What
good.
was their name? Cream?
Okay. All right. Who is the patron goddess of the Kingdom of Rosa?
Don't know a single thing.
It's like we're not even from here.
Lived here my whole life.
The patron goddess of the Kingdom of Rosa. I suppose the dice will tell me.
No.
Oh, are you rolling or am I rolling? Are we both rolling?
At this rate,
Jinx?
doesn't matter.
I'm
Roll
I'm
your
gonna
dice.
roll.
Roll your dice.
So I got a 7. I got a 4.
Okay. Here are your options. You got
Gordon Ramsay.
no. You got Vienna, you got Flux, you have Kashioki, and you have Telric.
I don't think it's the last 2.
Flux.
What were the first 2?
Flux.
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 Lock it in.
Lock it in, Flux.
Lock it in,
Yeah, we're-
You can tell that Steve and I have been drinking during
Lock
the
it in.
trivia.
Every
Hey,
time
we're
we get-
locking in Flux.
Lock
You
it
know,
in.
the goddess of murder, death, and destruction.
Oh,
Is that what she
maybe
is?
not.
Hold on.
What was the other one? Rewind.
Too late. You guys locked it in.
No, we didn't know that.
You didn't even roll a history check to find out which god was what.
Oh, we can do
Or
that.
a religion check.
Here, I'll roll a religion check real quick.
You guys are so drunk.
You want a religion check?
Yeah.
5.
Yeah, dude.
I know.
You guys have locked in Flux. The correct answer was Vienna.
I approached the game master and I put my hands out. I said, I suppose this means I go to jail.
What? No. You just lost the trivia night.
Yeah.
You can come
take
back
me
next
away.
week.
Take me away. Me and my lovely spouse person.
You look back, and I've got 2 suitcases with me. I'm leaving you.
You and the rest of them. Be gone.
There's a small child that looks like a mix between us.
It's just a lizard with a human head.
Oh, that is so. I hate that so much. So this is how a dragonborn is born.
You guys have lost. You guys have lost trivia night.
Flash forward like an hour and I'm buried in tankards.
I could only imagine if Lauren was here, it could just crush every single history check.
Only you guys had waited.
Speaking of, oh,
It's right at the end of trivia night when Lauren and Rorik walk through the door.
Well, there's just Jägermeisters all over.
White
Well.
Claw.
Yeah, well. Look who finally decided to show his face.
Scheme, are you how much have you been drinking?
I didn't drink any of these. I poured them all out. I wanted it to look like I was drunk.
That actually-
I've been drinking
that
them.
tracks. Corliss, how drunk are you?
Probably not very much, actually. But boy, am I sad.
Emotionally drunk.
Wait, did something happen?
What happened?
The
I'll
worst.
tell you all about it
I'm going to bed.
at the mansion. Follow me.
And you guys all teleport back to the Runestone Manor.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Peace.
I slam the door in my room and I start crying loudly.
Just sobbing
right.
through the soundproof walls so nobody can hear you.
I left the
You're
door
like-
open a bit.
Just a crack. I want attention still.
Okay, so Corliss, what
Corliss.
happened?
I don't want to talk about it.
You just told us you'd tell us.
I just know you guys are gonna like look at Lauren and be like, "This is the worst day ever. No one's having a worse day than me."
Nothing worse has ever happened before.
But we made so much money.
You could have made 300 more.
Oh, my head.
Well, Rorik, should we go figure out what this is?
Oh, yes, that
Yeah.
the tin, yes.
I don't know what
While we were
happened.
walking to the place, he was casting Identify on it.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
You cast Identify. You don't find anything like crazy about it. It's just the basic arcane lock.
Okay, I'll just knock.
Okay, you cast Knock on it, and it quickly is able to be opened up.
This is the next morning then, because he doesn't have
Yes.
the spell.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody gets a nice long rest.
I'm staying in bed.
hungover.
Oh, it's just
Emotionally.
depression. It's just depression.
Okay. What's inside?
All it is a single piece of paper. As you open it up, you recognize your wife's handwriting as she says, "Meet me at our first date."
Can I see, like, is it recently made?
It's definitely aged. It's been in the dirt for a while.
Wow.
The magic kind of kept it protected, though.
Gentlemen, I need to get back to Peak City immediately.
Place of broken dreams.
What would you want to have anything to do with that forsaken place?
What happened to you two?
We don't want to talk about it.
Rico, these
Yes, my
two are
liege.
also examples of broken men.
Maybe they too need romance, my lord.
I think you are not wrong.
He's gonna go up to Scheme and he's like, "Let me carve some letters
No,
into
no,
you."
no.
That's
Hold on, Rico.
romance.
Rico, wait. Nope, that's not
Mr.
not the same
Rorik
thing.
told me that romance is carving letters into
No,
things.
I said that is an example of something that could be considered romantic.
Will you allow me to
No,
exercise
Rico,
this
stop
example
trying
on
to curve
you?
him up.
Doesn't matter.
Nope. Rico,
I can't
stop
even
it.
feel
Stop.
anything anyway.
Ow, stop.
So we have 3 broken men and a gnome.
Start of a bad joke.
No, it's just reality.
3 broken men and
That's
no
what I
walking
said.
to a bar.
Well, let's try and go find some good spirits for our group.
Next time.
Yeah, next time. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We had a blast. I enjoyed doing a trivia episode, even though it caused emotional distress.
This is like permanently traumatizing.
I will not be the same.
No longer immune to psychic damage.
You're now vulnerable
I
to
choose to be
psychic
vulnerable.
damage.
Broken man. Broken mind.
But if you enjoyed the podcast,
If you guys did.
I'm not sure about my enjoyment, mine or Ethan's enjoyment at this point, but if you enjoyed the podcast, best thing you could do to help us out would be to leave a review on whatever website you're using to listen to it. Go ahead and leave us any feedback about things you're enjoying or not enjoying, things that we can do better. If you have questions, we'd love to hear it all. Thanks a ton.
Yeah, and if you were kind of curious about the lore, even outside of what you heard from today's episode, if you go and check out our website, Extreme Advantage, you should know the name of our podcast by this point. You should go check out our website at extremeadvantage.com. Go to Liberencia History, and you'll be able to get a lot of the lore and history of what's been going on in Liberencia.
Just want to remind you, just reach out to us on social media. We're always monitoring it, and when our followers DM us, will respond and let us know your thoughts about this actually very depressing episode. Now that I think about it,
Kind of was.
this was kind of a downer,
Highs and lows. Laughed harder than I've laughed in a while.
but also was very
Yeah, it was
depressing,
very
all
depressing.
around almost.
Yeah.
So, still, it's a lot of fun.
The happiness of money is fleeting. But the homies remain. Good night.
Astute.
Toodles.
Bye.
Deuces.